is here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Good evening and welcome to Live at the Bike, unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. Tonight we have a $500 minimum no-limit hold'em game.
You switch seats.
And let's introduce the players here. I'm not sure who is in seat 1 at this point. It's new. Alan is in seat 1. Andy in seat 2. Yana, but not the Yana who is in the booth occasionally, is in seat 3. Amos is in seat 4. Karthik in seat 5. Moses, who is playing over Yolette, Chips, is in seat 6. In seat 7, I believe, is Damon. In seat 8 is Mo. And in seat 9 is Todd. Joining me tonight is Terry Crow.
The mailman, as my 2+2ers like to call me.
And as we get into our first hand, we have a pre-flop raise, I believe, to 60, and ace-queen versus 3s versus 5s, and the ace-queen has flopped top pair and bets it out.
Pocket 3s for Moses, a.k.a. El Diablo.
And with an under pair, I had a hard time thinking he would call, and I kind of doubt Mo will call here either.
Well, if you've ever seen Moses play before, you will stand to be corrected.
Absolutely, but I've played against Mo.
What are you doing with ace 10 already? What? What did you say? Ace 10, did you say? Yeah. You remember last night?
So we will try to get you a chip count when we can, so we have an idea of the chip stacks. The purple chips are $25, the yellow chips are $5, and it looks like Mo has several, probably about 3,000 in front of him, and he does fold.
Nice lay down, Mo.
And we get a little nice comment. Nice lay down, Mo. I have top pair. You all you have is pocket 5s.
Thank you.
And the blinds in this game are $5, $10. And on this hand,
Alan! What's up, Alan? I'm back for more, Alan.
Alan has a small blind of 5, and he has the big blind of 10.
Yesterday you called me when I was already retired.
Great. My favorite format. For a long day, Tim.
He makes me study all the rules. I got to throw them all out.
Karthik in seat 5 limps, Mo limps.
Can we have chips here?
Todd joins in.
Manual. Everything
Alan calls in, so 5 players with pocket 9s being the best hand pre-flop, but not anymore.
Pocket 7s. Not pocket 9s.
Pocket 9s in seat 9 was the best hand, but seat 8, Mo has
Pocket
flopped
9s? Oh, there's
has
pocket 9s.
flopped
Yes,
a pair of aces.
Ace 4, suited Stu Unger for a little poker trivia.
Over seat 2, Andy now has the best hand. He has a straight.
But there's a flush draw.
Yes.
That's your girlfriend.
Mo bet 100 and Andy called.
One stack of purple and 5.
Well, do you have flush draw?
There's your standard comment when you have a flush draw, asking the other guy, does he have a flush draw?
And Mo makes his flush.
I'm all in.
It's all in.
3,000.
Mo slightly overbets that pot.
Oh, is there like $50 in there?
It was 100, 150, so 250, and he bets 3,000. Just slightly.
What a player. What do you want, a flush draw? I'm all in.
No,
These guys are professionals.
I'm changing the
I better be careful ragging on the guy that runs this game.
So usually a good idea to stay in good approaches with the people who run games.
I don't play cash anymore. What do I care? I'm a tournament player. Watch out. Here comes the guns.
And 2 purple.
So who just sat down the game?
I mean, 500 purple.
Oh.
500 purple.
I should know.
Well, we do have a new player in seat 7. We'll get you his name in a moment. He limps. Actually, he posts with Jack 7 suited. Excuse me, Jack 7 offsuit. And we look like we have about 5 limpers. And he gets a pretty good flop. 4 people singing, and he flopped top pair.
Me?
Comes out with a back.
He also has the inside straight draw.
Come on, guys.
He bets
Round
40.
Around the end, everyone folds, and
Good
he
shot.
wins. Let me guess, he showed the 7 first. Yeah.
Actually, that was a good kicker.
Yeah, I know. Good shot.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. That was better than
Alan, watch out. I won the first hand. First hand I did. Huh?
So we're going to see some action tonight, Russ?
I would think so. There are some players in this game. Andy, who I've played against many times, who's a tournament player primarily, is a definitely action player. Mo makes a lot of moves. Andy's in seat 2.
I'm leaving to Boston.
Every
time I see Amos, I'm leaving to Boston.
I played this afternoon against
last time I
Karthik,
was
and he
leaving
was
to Boston, I
giving
gave
a
you
ton of
$2,000
action in the $200 game that I was in.
That was bad.
In terms of action, I'm sticking with El Diablo.
Well, El Diablo's playing over a player who doesn't exactly give a whole bunch of action, Roulette.
But I put it over.
Be careful, you let's my girlfriend.
The whole time it was the same? Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys at home.
For-
Actually, I should be apologizing to someone else.
This is my lucky
He's on the
shirt.
floor working right now, so I know he can't hear this.
Well, flop of Queen 10-3, and the new player in seat 7 bets his middle pair. Looks like a bet about 30. Gets called by Ace Jack on the
65.
inside straight draw.
What's your excuse?
And it's
And I'm not bluffing, man. 2 in a row, Alan. Alan. 2 in a row,
Did we ever
Alan.
find out the name for seat 7? Hollywood.
Hollywood Harry is
Hollywood
in seat
Harry.
7.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Henry.
Hollywood Henry.
After we'll have dinner, I'll be back later.
I've seen that
We'll
movie
have
before.
dinner, And then I'll be back.
But don't do like yesterday, hit and run.
Kim!
Well, this game's a lot different than the games that you and I have tended to play together, Terry, the fixed buying game.
Never yell at him.
I told you not to talk about when we play together.
I call. That's his baby.
Oh, poker.
Poker,
Oh, yeah,
no,
those
no,
fixed
no.
games. Yeah.
Mo.
Yeah, these guys are loose. They got money to burn. What's money?
Came
Manja,
without
manja.
5,000 in like 7 minutes. I got pissed. I bought him again.
Well, pre-flop, Alan in seat 1 with his king 10 off has the best hand.
5,000.
Still does after the flop, seat 7. Hollywood has flopped an inside straight draw.
Check around.
Thank you.
Is this Tim's wife?
But Hollywood hits his bottom pair and will bet it. Bets 40.
Do I gotta call him Hollywood
3 in a
too?
row, Alan. You're in trouble, buddy.
And he takes down the pot. Right now, this game has started fairly tight. Robert coming around to scan the cards.
Yesterday, what?
Don't win a big hand and then leave.
I didn't leave. Gore wanted to play over
I
me.
need some
I
real
sat
action
back down
so I
with
can
3,500 and won another 5,000.
flare up our commentary here.
Oh.
Because you were afraid I'm going to take it back from you.
Oh,
Fighting words.
You got lucky one hand.
Mo, you didn't. Alan, you didn't have that much money to take it in front of me. I had 8,000 in front of me. You had
If you go top
1,500
like that, you're gonna have to finish your.
The river.
Chase.
Well, the table talk tonight is certainly interesting, and hopefully you are getting this,
Pair and a flush.
as the players are definitely ragging on each other.
$600.
Here comes the Diablo.
And
Diablo
he's
son.
going to make I think a $40 raise.
Oh, I wonder what kind of hand constitutes a $40 raise. Let's see here. Oh, 7 deuce offsuit. That's about right.
He has the hammer.
Shoot, you started no respect.
And
No?
yep, didn't exactly get the intended result, as no one folds.
All right, dealer, we need a flop.
You think the result was for everyone to fold?
9,
I think he thinks it's a good hand.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's something.
Well, he actually has flopped the best hand, his
Come
pair of
on,
sevens.
Diablo, put in a ridiculous bet.
I believe he bets 100. Actually, he does not have the best hand. Hollywood has flopped top pair, top kicker with his ace-10, and it was 125 and
Mo with queen 10, also top pair.
calls.
Come on, 7.
A deuce would be more appropriate, but the turn is a jack, giving
Pocket nines is what you got.
changing absolutely nothing, and
That a boy. Bet right into 2 other players with 7 deuce.
Give me a heart.
it's another 100, and
Give me a heart.
Ace of hearts.
again, nothing has changed. The river keeps the hand exactly as is. It'll be interesting to see if El Diablo,
No, he'll check.
Check.
he made
I
his
got the
2
best-
Hollywood will
tries,
check.
Send it.
Everyone checks.
and Hollywood is correct. He has the best hand.
I missed it.
4-0, Alan. Are you taking notes?
Well, we have a chip count brought to you tonight by Joker Gaming. In
Write it
seat
down,
1,
Frank.
Alan
Write it
has
down.
650. Andy in seat 2 has 1250. Yana in seat 3 has 800. Amos in seat 4 has 2350. Karthik in seat 5 has 1100. Moses, or El Diablo, playing over Yolette, has 1200. Hollywood probably now has about 1200. Mo has 4500, and Todd has 1800.
I just can't raise because Mo's behind me with $7 million.
Amos in seat 4 raises up to 40 with ace-10 suited.
Ken,
King Jack for Diablo. I'm taking my jacket off. I'm getting ready to throw some punches. This game is so tight. You guys need something going on here.
Well, El Diablo flops top pair, and Todd flops the open-end straight draw. And it gets checked around to the player in third place.
You're a mathy kind of guy. What's the probability that he's going to make his straight?
Down to the river, he has about a 32% chance. The 6 gives him the straight draw still
Plus
and a pair.
And Diablo bets out.
And that ends the hand.
Oh, that's it? Maybe I should plug Diablo's company. Is that allowed? Since he wears that shirt every day that he plays, Omega Plumbing. I'll give him some free advertising.
Post in between.
And don't forget that if you have questions or comments, you can email them to us at live@thebike.com.
Okay, Mo, you got it.
Find a button.
So,
Looks like we have a new player coming in the game. Mo got up from the table, and Hollywood Henry moved over to his spot, and
Mo is actually being played over. So, Yolette is being played over. Mo is being played over.
Damon's being played over. This isn't really a table.
No, I like white stuff.
No, but Presto in seat 3 for Yana, she has flop bottom set. Seat 5 has flopped the open-ended straight draw at the top end, and Seat 6 has flopped the bottom end. And Seat 2 has flopped the inside straight draw. So this hand has a good chance of action.
Do you ever lose?
And Seat 7 also has the bottom end of the straight draw.
You have white chips for me?
And
Not this.
he should get
No,
the
I'm saying.
flush draw on the
Not from
turn.
here. Can you toss one?
But he folds on the bet of 50
Five and five.
by Yana
honey.
with her set.
3-person.
Set of fives. There's the flush draw. Oh, but he folded.
Young lady's gonna help you out.
Right here.
Yana looks like she bet 85. And the top end
Now,
draw
what would
goes
be
on.
your comment here? She's the short stack at the table, and she's putting in bets where any other player at this table would be almost triple those kind of bets.
Well,
Is that a reflection of her stack, or
might be how
I'm not
she's-
going to go for the female comment, but I'll just stick with the money issue.
Well, she has a small stack of purples there, and the top end straight would have gotten there, but that is gone.
So with a one-card straight, she continues to bet. Obviously, the guy is drawing to nothing but a straight, but
Oh, yeah.
And
What, Tim? You bribed
she's put in enough money at this point. I can't imagine her folding even if El Diablo
Encouraging them.
found the bluff raise.
yeah, she takes it down.
If I do it again, I'll stand in the corner for 5 minutes.
Yeah. One foot in the air.
I didn't watch the end. I wasn't even watching
Steve is sitting now in seat 7 in place of Henry, Hollywood Henry, who has moved to play over Moe's chip. Playing over is when the original player's chips remain there at the table, but the player is going to come back. It looks like Yolette's chips have gone away. Yolette may no longer be played over. There are
Damon.
There's Alan.
Those are
seat 1.
Damon's chips in the box.
Bunch of limpers here with King, Queen, Ace,
Don't make me
8,
turn on
King,
you,
8,
Isaac.
7, 3. Todd in seat 9 has the best hand with his pair of 3s and checked around. Now he has 2 pair and
Open-ended straight draw.
Is raised to 65 more.
So what was the guy's name in seat 7 now? Steve?
Steve is in seat 7.
Yeah, I played with him before. He's loose.
Both.
Someone needs to order him a drink. You'll see some real action. Come on.
Well, Steve gets out, but Hollywood decides to continue with his straight draw and doesn't make it the flush draw. No one had. It makes it, and it might make it a little more difficult. It'll be interesting. This is a interesting place for Hollywood to make a stab at the pot.
One of those dilemmas where this guy hasn't even played a hand in seat 9. So you figure, well, if I bet him, I can get him off the hand. Then again, he's in the hand, so he must be tight as hell.
Well, the only way he was going to win the hand was bluffing, and he doesn't, and Todd's 2 pair is going to take it down.
Ooh, he had 2 pair. I didn't even see that. So how come you don't play in this game, Russ?
I'm doing too well in the restricted buying games. This game, there are more good players in it. I like playing against players where I can win.
Wow, you're like a politician. What an answer.
For Kev Math, who posted the problem, we'll pass that on to the appropriate people at the Bikes tournament site.
Allen coming in.
For best. For action.
Did you transfer that phone call to the office for the troubleshooting site for Live at the Bike? You did, right? Okay. Wanted to make sure we got that for.
How does it raise? 200 more?
Well, seat 9 has raised with his set of fives 200 more than what looked like a $100 bet by Yana with her over pair to the 5-6, but under pair to the queens. I can't imagine her calling because she's shown to be a tight player, and Todd's raise takes down the pot.
So I saw you look at your chips like once you bet. I was gonna raise you on the button. I didn't think you had any part of that.
Please. Might have been a bad call.
I doubt it.
Well, how often do you play in this game?
Me?
You.
I don't
Yes,
play
Terry.
cash games any longer.
Why not?
I'm on the other side of the biz. I'm up in the hills playing home games with celebs. I'm playing tournaments. I'm schmoozing. What do I got to be in this
Schmoozing and
game
boozing?
for? Look at this. I'm commentating over these guys. What do these guys got? I'm like God in here. I'm heard around the world.
Well, Hollywood raises to 85 with his 10-8 offsuit.
I even have a book coming out.
And he gets called in two places
Sounds like the floor man's
by
teasing me a bit
pocket
about my
eights
commentary.
and Jack 9.
I don't know if that's exactly sound idea, since I have this mic. Did I say I can be heard around the world, Tim? Okay, back to poker.
Bet is 200.
Well, Henry will continue his bet with 200 with nothing.
There you go, pocket 9, famous.
The best hand right now is Amos with his
Pocket 9,
pocket 8. Was actually quite close to Henry's guess of pocket 9s. He gets him out of the hand. And Steve has a better hand, but
nice hand, guys.
And he shows his bluff.
power of position.
Did you have pocket 9?
Power of ego.
You're very close, dude.
I know.
Just for that, I laid
Something
it
comes,
down.
something, when you called, I'm like, anything comes over, I'm betting 300, he's not going to call it.
I'm not gonna call you either way.
I put you on young, I'm like, when you called, I'm like 9s, and then this guy called, I'm like, shit.
Well,
It don't matter. You took it down. Nice and close.
Poster on 2+2 asks if certain players have their places reserved. There is a waiting list at the bike, and it is a first come, first serve. And for the big game,
55.
usually there is a post you can sign up in advance, but if players who are here sign up, it is first come, first serve.
Fine.
With the 500 game at the bike, the fact that Mo runs in, there's regular players each day. I mean, essentially, not too many players sign up for the 500
No.
game in general. So, you know, you'll see regular faces. We all know each other here. We're all family.
Well, we could see some fireworks on this hand as two players have flopped 9s and 6s with a king kicker versus a queen kicker. Fireworks.
150. Call.
And 150 was bet by Amos with two undercards, deuce 5.
Check it.
But he now picks up the flush draw.
You'd expect to see a ridiculous bet here, unless he actually thinks he has a 6.
There's still jackpot in this game, right?
Yeah.
It looks like he bets 300.
That is 300. Call.
And he gets quickly called by Karthik. And he is playing the board on the river, and he's going to have to bluff at this, and he doesn't, and he is not going to pick it up.
Karthik will check, turn over his top pair.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I had a queen nine.
Nice game.
5 high, I missed.
Thank God I missed.
Yeah, if he had a 4 high and he missed, that would have been
I can't bluff, dude. He ain't got enough chips for me to bluff.
These are the kinds of moves you see in this game, but you don't see very often in the restricted buying games because there just aren't enough chips in play.
Nah, I give it a shot.
You don't think it has anything to do with the experience level?
It has a little to do with the experience level, but the problem is you make a pre-flop raise to 50, let's just say. There's enough money in the pot that it's impossible to fold if you are thinking about it.
What would you say? That like in the 100, 200 game, you don't see moves like this?
Rarely do you see moves like this in the 100 or 200 game.
Well, I'll have to give you the archive number of my grand performance bluffing hundreds and hundreds in the 200 game into full houses. That was quite a performance for someone that you can't make these kind of moves in a restricted game.
Well, Hollywood on this hand has in seat 8, pocket 8s.
I'm glad that wasn't the top last game.
But Steve has flopped flush draw and an open and straight draw.
Where? Where's an open-ended straight draw? Oh, queen 10. I get it. That makes sense. 3 spades on board, queen high flush draw, and catches a pair of queens on the
And he
turn.
checks.
Check.
Ace.
And it's checked out, and Steve will take down the pot. Seems like fairly weak betting there, especially with that hand.
I don't know what's going on. I'm in a funk. I can't talk about this game right now. It's so boring.
You guys had each other's out. I had the same pair you had last time.
Cocktails.
I had the same pair you had last time.
The action definitely I've seen better in this game.
I have nothing to talk about right now. No one's making any moves. There's no big hands. There's no 2+2ers calling me names. I don't know what's going on.
It's the 4th of July weekend. The fireworks are Monday.
4th of July weekend?
It is indeed.
What day of the week is it? I'm supposed to know it's 4th of July weekend.
Well, Andy
Stuck in a casino all the time.
Andy in C2 has the best hand with top pair, top kicker, and he will bet it out and get called by top pair, middle kicker by Yana. And it'll be heads up here instead of 40 being
I
called.
think Yana won the Women's Lips Tour event.
And now they both have 3 10s.
Whoa, the case 10 on the turn.
And Yana bets it.
This is that 4th of July reference about fireworks, huh, Russ?
And Yana will need to hit her 7 or have the board pair, and it doesn't. I can't imagine Andy folding to any size bet here.
125.
I think he's just going to check call her.
And he says, I call, flips over the hand.
What'd you have? You had a 10? I was third?
She's smiling. She lost, but she's smiling.
I thought you had a 10-8. I swear I did, but I said, make another one.
What do you think, Russ? You think she's cute?
I thought you had a 10-8.
Yeah.
I heard she was talking about you. I can
I'll
get
let
it.
my girlfriend know.
Oh my God. How is Frank, anyways? Oh,
Thanks.
sorry, bud. That's not funny, Isaac.
Yeah.
He knew she was going to bet that first.
Wow, what a big pot. Let's go.
Oh, we haven't seen any premium hands. There's been no ace kings, no pairs, 10s or higher. It's been a lot of low cards being dealt out.
That just drives you crazy, huh?
Oh, a premium hand versus premium hand. We'd see something. We see a lot of this limping.
You're kind of a premium hand kind of guy, huh?
I guess
Play
I have a
those-
reputation
play
to
those
be tight.
Tight. Yeah, there's probably a Cole Diamond reference I could make there, but here comes the flop.
With looks like 7 limpers, a flop of 3 hearts, queen 4-3, and seat 6 has flopped the second nut flush. Seat 8 has flopped the nut flush.
Bet is 40.
And seat 9 has flopped top pair.
C6 being El Diablo.
$40 being bet into him.
So I know you'll agree with this comment. This is the reason why you only play the ace-high flush. Is that right? Will you agree with that comment?
It's going to be very hard for El Diablo not to lose a lot of money on this hand.
Like all of it?
Potentially.
And the fact that it's Hollywood Henry in the hand, the worst player to actually be going up against. A little bit of Hollywood blowing out his cheeks. I got a call with the nuts.
It should be pretty easy for Todd to get away, and he does. And the $200 bet is called. River's an ace. And El Diablo,
Here it comes.
he doesn't move all in. Looks like
I'm not
175.
talking about Moses. Here comes Henry. I'm
Henry
all in.
moves all in.
I'm all in. I have never seen Moses be able to lay a hand like this down.
I believe, looking at the chip stacks, that Hollywood Henry has El Diablo covered.
Yeah.
And he calls. Shows the nuts.
What's the nuts?
Ace high flush.
Oh, the best hand possible.
Yes.
Sweet. So, hey, Matthew, what would be the percentage that 2 people and then they flop it?
100%. It just happened.
Oh, taking a little
been,
jab
you know,
at
last time I
Terry,
taught-
huh? Taking a little jab at the mailman. All
Yep.
right.
And I was wrong, actually. El Diablo's left with what looks like about $50 to $100. So
Stop, kids.
$30. It was an optical illusion that he had him covered.
Well, it makes absolutely no sense being that Hollywood said, I'm all in on the river, and Homeboy called, and he just used his...
Can't have a flush. You can
Because
only
yellow
have a
chips don't count, of course. He just uses the purple, which is the highest value, to call with.
Well, last time I taught statistics was 1987, so it's been a long time, and I can forgotten most of those formulas.
Holy cow, you just aged yourself to everyone over the air.
Well, I aged myself in my book too, so
Shameless plug.
you got it. Mastering No Limit Hold'em, available online at the Bikes bookstore. And you bought a copy, so don't be quiet.
Excuse me? I did not buy a copy. Scott Gross, who is, why do you make me do this to you over there? Scott Gross, who would be one of the commentators in Live at the Bike, who is the boyfriend of another commentator at the Bike, who is my roommate, was given a copy, if I recall.
Not by me.
And, in fact, there's an autograph in it by Russ Fox.
He bought it. Hey, on this hand, Todd's flopped middle pair and a straight draw.
Bet is 40.
And he has a one-card straight draw. Steve has the
Whoa, look at that
full
girl.
straight draw.
Put you on an ace, but I don't
Sorry.
put you on board, board hard. So you were still on a draw.
Can I request Isaac to change the angle of the camera so I can see the girl on the rail, please?
That's why I didn't raise it.
Damn you.
Plus, I didn't know what the hell you was. I know, but it doesn't matter. But he has a cards too. I've had that before. I flopped the.
Thank you.
Anyway, El Diablo has bought back in for 2,600 more, so there'll be
That a
plenty
boy.
of chips on the
That a
table.
boy. Lots of pipes are leaking in LA.
Looks like Hollywood Henry has gone out for tobacco fix. So we'll be without the loosest or second loosest
Can
player
I
at the
plug his
table.
brand? It looks like Hollywood enjoys parliaments.
We have to be a little careful about that one.
Me? I'm God. I can do whatever I want. Oh yeah, I'm the mailman.
Well, Steve is picking up chips for a raise from the small blind. Makes it.
What does he have? What is he raising with?
Pocket deuces. Deuces never loses.
Deuce is never looser. And he gets called by Amos.
Amos with his ace-x suited. And the flop has none of his suit. And assuming a bet comes from
what? From
From-
deuces?
from
Steve.
deuces from Steve, and he does. He's counting out 40.
I told you he was loose.
A little surprised.
Come on, Amos.
Amos makes it 200.
Sweet.
The shoe is on the other foot. This is
Is this what it's called when the target shoots back?
the target has shot back, and Steve is
What
going to
does
fold.
he care? He's got money. His cookie company's doing great.
It's a good move by Amos.
Amos. Yeah, that guy. Amos looks like a guy that bakes cookies for a living. Good thing I'm friends with all these guys. Probably get my butt kicked in the parking lot if I wasn't.
Yes. They can listen, by the way, by visiting the archives. And you can sign up for the archives at www.thebike.com. Click on the on-demand banner.
All right, I'm gonna pay you now.
Again, it looks like
55 is the race.
raise up to 65
Hey, look who has chips. Diablo's got chips.
by
Ooh,
Diablo
and
with
he's
pocket
got
queens. As the Hilton sisters.
The what sisters? I think you're one state off, and a couple white tigers.
Another name for it.
Oh, sorry.
Flops 3 undercards to everyone.
100.
Like 5 minutes later, Isaac gets that. Jeez.
And Amos is going to take it down.
Thank you, everybody. Good luck next
Seat 9 with ace 3 would have made the wheel.
Yeah, it's a little tough to call with ace 3.
Sure. You shouldn't,
And
you shouldn't be sitting at this table if you see any ace and you fold.
Well, Todd is not playing many hands, and he's definitely looks like one of the tighter players at this table. And Andy, who I've played against and normally a very loose player, is playing uncharacteristically tight tonight.
Hey, look who's back. It's Hollywood Henry.
Hollywood Henry posts, so he has $5 of dead money in the pot.
40 minutes, I'm going to go have dinner with some friends because tomorrow I'm leaving to Boston. But I'm going to be back at night. If you want, I can leave my chips here. Diablo. You know, let us stay here all night. Just give me $500 to go have dinner. That's it.
And again, we just see, as has happened most of the time, a lot of limpers, including Amos has limped with pocket kings. Gets a whole bunch of callers.
Seat 2 makes the open-ended straight draw, puts a bet in.
Seat 1 has the wheel draw.
Oh. Who put the 100 in? Kings. Seat 4, Amos. The Cookie Monster
This is when I
with
fold it.
King's Limb.
You tell him what I folded.
Henry folds his top pair.
I could really go for Kings to get cracked off here for not raising pre-flop.
And it's
Deuce
down to the
or
twos.
7.
Well, he's down to, I believe, 7 outs. One of the deuces was gone.
Threes and fours.
So with Kings limping in, are you worried at this point? Are you thinking, God, this guy's got 2 pair? He's
Well-
in the blind.
The Kings bet 200. Someone calls for
Come
a deuce.
on, deuce or 7.
Well, it's a 5, and it's checked. The Kings will take it down.
See what I, you know what I laid down for you? What I laid down?
The wheel, by the way, would have been made.
Yeah.
Seat 1 would have.
8-6 I folded for you. 8-6,
Alan would have
top
made
pair,
the
I
wheel.
folded for you.
What's the wheel?
Ace
Paul,
through
I don't
5.
even, I know he has jacks. I folded what?
Yes, 2 plus 2. I know what a wheel is. It's just a
Lay down
joke.
top pair on the floor.
Take it easy.
Ever?
I gotta be nice to all the 2 plus 2ers. I was a little harsh on them last time.
Lexi.
Looks like Andy's racking up. I think he may be going to the tournament tonight. The bike is in the midst of its mini series of poker. Tonight is, I believe, $100, $125 no limit hold'em.
Seniors and juniors tournament, which I think was a joke because at the World Series they actually do have a seniors tournament. The bikes tournaments are one day behind,
I think they're one
day
day
in front.
One day in front.
I think dyslexic. Yeah, they're one day in front of the World Series of poker. So that would mean that tomorrow is the seniors tournament.
I smelled something there too, and I was like, man, I don't know what they are.
So I guess that means all our limit players won't be here working tomorrow.
Hey, good luck to you guys.
I was calling it.
That's a little.
3 players.
So we have 3 players. We don't know what seat 4 has yet. The flop comes ace 3-3.
Lexi.
Seat 1 is flopped top pair.
150.
Seat 9 is making a total bluff. I believe he bet I think 50.
A total bluff. This is the first hand I've seen Andy play in seat 1.
It's Alan, seat 1.
2 players.
Well, that's why I haven't seen him play any hands. Andy's not even at the table. Yes, Alan.
6 on the turn doesn't change anything, and
Oh, yeah.
Alan pushes all in, and that ends that hand.
Woo!
And we see from the rabbit cam that he would have made aces full.
Ace is full of threes.
1, 2, 3 hand.
Come in now and post $10, 1 big blind.
Amos, where you been, man?
Small blind button.
How you doing?
Had a bad week.
Looks like
I had the best week of my
Steve is, what, moving over
life. I
to
had the
seat
best week of my
2.
life here.
Oh, really?
I've been staying at the Commerce for the past 7 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At the casino? At the hotel?
At the hotel. I spent like
Really? That's good, man.
2,200 this week. I was sleeping in a hotel.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was only $100 a night.
No, they have a good room, like 220.
El Diablo limps with his ace-10 suited. And just the blinds are calling.
I haven't lost
Think he's a little gun shy from losing all his chips.
past 3 weeks.
Oh, this time if he flops the flush, at least it'll be the nut flush. He flops middle pair and flops the best hand.
Me and Gore were here yesterday. Too.
And he puts out a
And the day
bet.
before.
Looks like 75,
I know.
See, I got barbecue.
and he'll take down the pot.
Yeah, barbecue.
Everybody.
Everybody.
I donated something to Gore, though.
You were everyone's bitch that day?
Tomorrow's event here at the bike is a $300 limit hold'em
Barbecued all this week,
at
too.
415. Sunday is another $100 plus 25 entry fee, no limit
Actually
hold'em.
doing good, man.
Yeah.
Blind.
The mini series of poker winds down.
There is so much going on in Los Angeles over the next month. We have, well, never mind. I was going to describe all the tournaments, but that means I'm plugging all these other casinos.
Well, Legends of Poker.
Legends of Poker, WPT, great event.
Will be here beginning, I believe, August 5th or 6th.
4th.
Hey, I'm close.
You were nowhere near close.
Good place.
One day off. August 4th.
We could, again, Amos has Pocket Kings. And this time he gets out-flopped by El Diablo, who has Ace-Jack.
Don't flop top twin, not bet against them, you asshole. Don't flop top
And
twin, do
it's
that.
checked.
Check.
And El Diablo's going to bet 100. And Amos is going to get away from his kings.
I knew you had a big hand. I knew
And
you
he
got
shows, I believe, the ace.
No?
You got an ace. You got nothing?
I got an 8.
I bet you got like ace 4.
Thank you.
No better than that.
Cannot bluff the Diablo.
Oh, look.
And that's something I've always wanted to see happen. Hollywood
I knew
threw
you
his
had a
chips
really
and
big
it ended up into
I didn't know it
the
was that bad. That's
shuffling machine.
I figured you were gonna try to steal it, man.
You've always wanted to see that, huh?
Yeah, it's just one of these humorous things. You're tossing the chips and it goes into the shuffling machine. One of the things you want to see happen just out of humor. I've tried to do it, but I've missed.
You poor little man. That's humorous. Come on.
Well, the amount of hands I play, you need to find something to liven the game up.
Oh, yeah. So what do you, regarding your style of play there, Russ, do you fold more than you play, would you say?
Slightly.
5, please.
Door's gonna play over here.
Well, 5 players see a
Have
ragged
I-
flop of 10 deuce 3 and El Diablo with his
35.
pair of deuces actually has the best hand. I take that back. Yana has 10-9. Wasn't shown.
Oh, blame the technical crew. It was right there, man. Okay, I'm standing back up again. Now I'm going to put my jacket back on. This isn't working.
Yana bets
Donation.
50.
Just letting you know. Unless an ace or a 3 pops up.
She said thank you.
And he's just told his hand, unless an ace or a 3 pops up, and he has that.
Club,
A
turn is a
6.
club. I need turn to be a club.
Russ, I'm bored out of my mind.
Well, Hollywood has shifted back to seat 7 from seat 8.
One more 8 for Al Pacino.
This has not been the most exciting of 500
You
games.
know what we need in here? We need like a camera showing our photos or like our pictures so everyone can see me dancing right now. Because there's nothing else to do, because it's the boringest game ever.
We have 3 players sitting out, too, which doesn't help liven matters up.
Whoa!
Door's gonna double you up.
Maybe we can get our floor guy to bring the
Make that 4
players back to
sitting
the
out.
table.
King 7 versus Jack 10.
Have you ever seen me do that in my
3,
life?
please.
About to jump over there.
Well, you know why? You know why he's doing it?
Ace 5 deuce on the flop.
$5. I can. See how I have
Gonna
the
get
nuts.
checked all the way to the river.
Seat 6, El Diablo now has a
I'm
flush
gonna fall
draw,
asleep.
smaller flush draw, and the King High is the best hand. And it's going to get checked around, or is El Diablo
Say
going
it
to
would have
bet?
won. 7-3.
Nope.
10 high. I don't think it's going to do anything.
7-3. See? I didn't play.
That's a very
Another
exciting
donation.
hand.
$5.
Thank you. What did he miss now? Miss now.
I missed it.
Yeah.
It's straight.
Yeah, on the print.
Good job.
I'll buy it.
Okay. Buying button. Teams. Thank
Button's not for sale today, buddy.
I didn't know there was.
And seat 2 buys the button.
Well, there's a break in the action.
Everybody fold so I can
Our
chop
floor
chop.
man is going around cleaning out the screens so we can better see the cards here in the booth.
Raise 35.
Hollywood raises to 35.
Me and you.
God forbid we misread their
suited
hand
connectors.
wrong. This exciting game.
8-7 suited, and gets called by Jack 8.
Fifties.
Yeah, then I came back, I built it back. You want no overcard I have a card. Huh? $2 grand. Yeah.
Russ is writing me a note, but I can't understand his gibberish. He's like a doctor the way he writes. Who was in C2? Steve.
You're right.
Have dinner.
That's why I wear glasses, too.
Yeah.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
God forbid you asked me that over the air, that racy question of who's sitting in seat 2. It's okay, Russ.
Courtesy from a few years of being a sportscaster, believe it or
That
not.
was my,
Well, I ain't no Marv anything, so ask away.
Great shit. Excellent.
Thank you.
Well, Karthik in seat 5 has flopped a pair of aces, and he's going to bet it out. He's played very tight here at the table, and it's hard to imagine, given the ragged hands that he's up against, anyone calling, and no one
Do I
calls.
get 2 stars for that under my
2
name?
stars.
Like in kindergarten? Do we get that?
Exactly. You get a gold star
This-
for that.
Diablo,
Yes?
King 10 last week. Took
Uh,
2,000. Took it for 2,000 last week with King 10.
If you visit the
Yes.
archives, you can participate in ongoing polls and
2,000
blogs.
overall.
Thanks.
See it open
10
now,
came,
brother.
turn came 6. So he's chopping it. Worst case scenario. 10 on the river.
This game tonight just featured a whole bunch of limping, very few raises, very few big hands.
King 10.
What are you talking about? This is exciting poker action live in Los Angeles at the Bicycle Casino. You gotta sell it.
Absolutely. Steve raised to 40
Did you win that hand?
with King Jack off,
When you went all
which is the same hand that El Diablo
in? I thought
has.
you rebought. And then I
And
remember
they
you
both,
went all in.
of
I
course,
don't
with the
remember
Queen Jack 9 flop, flopped the exact same hand. Pair of jacks with the inside straight draw.
that. I saw that you went all in.
Eighties.
So they have the two same cards and they flop the same hand?
Amazing, isn't it?
It's kind of interesting to watch two players have the same card to see how they'll play against each other, though.
Well, Steve bet 100 and got called by El Diablo. The queen on the turn gives him queens and jacks with a king. And
You can see Steve's hesitation. Should I try and bet it? What has he got? This is Diablo. He could have anything. And here he comes with a bet.
he bets out 100.
Put in a raise.
Raise all in.
There you go. He moves all in.
El Diablo moves all in for about, he had 2,600 in chips a while ago, so
I'm assuming Steve doesn't have as many chips on the table.
Steve looks like he has about 300 left.
The thing with Moses is
Score, you whore.
if you show him any sort of weakness, they'll just exploit it.
Yeah, it's a tough call for Steve, given
He has the same cards. Why is it a tough call? They both have King
Whoa.
Jack. Oh,
he
wait,
doesn't know that, of course, and
Oh,
of
that's
course
right. I can see
the-
his cards. Oh.
El Diablo could have a queen, he could have pocket nines, could have flopped a straight,
Here, I'll take that.
and he folds his cards face up.
Thinking about it? What's up, buddy?
Let's assume that in, well,
The rabbit cam shows a 10, so they both have made the straight.
Do me a barbecue.
I really wish Moses had turned over his hand on Steve.
First week was good, second week was bad.
Thank you.
Alan comes back to seat 1.
And we're going to assume that he bought the chips off of Damon because the box is gone now.
Tony Montana, look at this.
Presumably.
Presumably.
Tony Montana.
Here, here.
1,000 now, he's got 4,000.
Valentino or dinner?
Where's all the 2+2 comments tonight, Russ? I thought you were
Maybe
friends.
they're-
I thought you were friends with these guys.
Maybe they're off on their 4th of July holidays, too.
Really? Didn't you play with one of the 2+2ers one time?
Yes, I did. That will be memorialized forever. El Diablo's flop top pair. And Karthik has flopped the flush draw.
40.
Karthik bets 40 and gets called by El Diablo. The other two players in the hand fold.
Doesn't Diablo mean devil in Spanish?
It does indeed.
Oh my gosh. He's a devil of a plumber.
Karthik also has the one card straight draw.
If he wasn't a plumber and if he was a fisherman, I could call him devilfish.
Well, the flush gets there on the river along with the possible full house, but Karthik is going to bet out. It looks like 200 or 300.
I kind of like the fact that the flush is made by pairing the board. Most of the time, a person with top pair
200
would actually be more apt to call because the board is paired when they have top pair.
And El Diablo is going to call. And he's not going to like what he sees.
So King 8, he loses all his money because of the nut flush against his King 8 flush, and then he just lost more money because he ran into a King 8 flush. Poor Diablo.
But he did steal a hand with King Jack versus King Jack.
5 and 10. You got 10. You pick line.
Yeah. What's a nickname for that?
Thievery.
Small line.
Kojak.
Looks like Hollywood Henry has left the table.
Is that Gore?
I think that may be Gore.
Oh my Gore. Does he have his man purse with him? His little Louis Vuitton man purse that he brings to the table? Only if you played at the table would you know that he carries a man purse. I gotta be careful of making fun of Gore. I love Gore. Like in a, man sports kind of way. Sorry.
El Diablo raises to 60 with pocket fours. And he gets called by...
1-4 is out with the 3-4 suited in seat 4. Amos,
Gets
the
called
Cookie
by
Monster.
everyone.
What are the chances he's going to hit that case 4?
This right now 0 and on a ragged though flop. He does flop the inside straight draw. He actually has the best hand.
You're a genius to say it's 0 when there's no 4 on the board.
Statistics.
Jeez Louise.
It either happens or it doesn't.
Well, there's no 4 on the board, so it's 0. Did I mention I have a book at the bookstore that you can buy? Oh, sorry.
Please go ahead.
Damn. I just plugged you by accident.
500 more.
Well, Amos raises 500 more on his pair of threes, backdoor flush draw, and one card straight draw. Same straight draw that,
Backdoor flush draw.
yep.
Oh,
Door
like
flush
if
draw.
one other suit came out and then another suit came out? Is that what that means?
Yep. Raised 500 for El Diablo to call.
Could that be considered 0% also at this point?
Yep.
He folds. And Amos takes down the pot. I'd kill myself if my name was Amos.
You need different parents next time around.
Yeah. Parents in a trailer in Iowa. I can only say that about Amos because Amos is nowhere near born in Iowa. There goes Anita, the chip girl.
Yeah, let me do it. Let's think we.
Well, this hand, Steve has pocket fours, Gianna has pocket sixes.
75 more.
And we have an all-in bet with the pocket fours after a re-raise to 75 by, I believe, Gore.
Can you say tilt?
230s.
He raised up to 230, so it will be another 155 to call.
Henry, hey, dude, that's
Gore,
what we
who
got some hands,
tips
dog.
the valet 230, I wouldn't imagine is folding.
He's counting out all his chips, but he doesn't have to count more than
155.
155 more.
I really want to fold. I know you got the best hand, but very quiet. I wish you
I
had
really
more
want to fold it. I have the best. I know you got the best hand, Gore says.
money. Good luck.
And he calls. So we will have the classic race.
I wish you had more
Fours,
money.
the favorite, against ace queen.
Let's just call it a race. Fours against ace queen's not really classic.
And the
And
fours will take it down.
You probably win. No, you got it, man.
And so Steve doubles up, and Yana would have flopped a set.
she folded pocket sixes.
She folded pocket sixes.
You don't win anything anyway.
Let me guess, she's complaining about it. I wish I had a set of sixes. I only had more money on the table. I could have called.
How much?
$8,000 pocket.
No way.
Every time I move money, dude.
What'd you see now?
Looks like Mo is going to sit down in seat 8, so that should bring some action into the game.
I don't know what's going on tonight.
Just, you know.
Maybe they're all left on their 4th of July breaks, and they're just here in
I
spirit.
told you once, stop with the 4th of July comments. Sorry. I tend to fly off the handle a little bit.
Well, El Diablo calls with his deuce 5, but it was suited. Is suited.
Gotta be big blind.
He's up against queen 7 and ace 3.
How about you gotta be big blind?
And 5-6.
What's the flop? Jack 10-3.
And it's checked around, and now Todd in seat 9 has 2 pair, ace 3, and El Diablo's going to bet 50 and gets insta-called by Todd.
Raise.
Actually, get raised to 150.
He's got 2 pair.
It's hard to imagine that El Diablo's going to call here.
Yeah, he'll probably move all in with deuce 5.
See, they 2,000 behind.
So you working all night there, Russ? You
No,
gonna be doing commentary for the next 2 hours also?
I think you're doing the commentary in the second half.
Oh, who am I working with tonight?
You're working with Denny. Will be here in
Oh,
the second half. That should be a barrel of fun, and I'll probably get home in time to listen to the end of it.
Denny's the man.
Actually, we don't have Mo in seat 8. We'll have to get the name of the new player.
Denny and the mailman.
Raise 50s.
Jeff in seat 8 sitting down with 2,000. And he has the Hollywood look with his sunglasses. El Diablo raises it up, I believe, to 40 or 50 with ace queen off.
4 players.
You play with sunglasses there?
No, I can't see well with them inside. I have to wear prescription glasses. It's hard enough. Flop of Jack 3-4. Yana with pocket fives has the best hand.
But she'll fold.
She's
Someone
in
will pull out a
C3.
bluff, and she'll fold. Here comes the bluff.
Well, Karthik in seat 5 with pocket deuces has the second best hand. Bets out, I believe, 100.
It's like the fourth hand he's played all night, and he's betting into, what, 3 other players with deuces?
Well, he gets called by El Diablo with his ace-queen.
Hey, it's Tim in the booth. Bye, Tim.
Oh, excuse me. Chips. Chip.
What did Tim bring us, Russ?
Tim brought us the new chip count, which we will get you right after this hand. As, yes, you were absolutely correct, Yana folds.
Big surprise. Oh!
El Diablo hits the turn with his queen. It's checked to him, and he looks like he bets
The luckiest man I ever knew.
about 175 and takes down the pot. So here is the 7 o'clock chip count brought to you tonight by Joker Gaming. Alan in seat 1 has 600. Steve in seat 2 has 500, as does Yana in seat 3. Amos in seat 4 has 2,900. Karthik in seat 5 has 1,900. El Diablo, Moses in seat 6 has 2,450. Gore in seat 7 has 5,700. Jeff in seat 8 has 2,000 even. And Todd in seat 9 has 1,750.
When he loses? Huh? When he loses? Because you play, whatever you win, you split it. If you lose, it's all good. You don't have to worry about it. That's cool. Hell yeah. Especially on a 2040 game. Hell yeah.
Again, we're seeing a bunch of limpers. With the early computer hand Jack 10 suited being held by Karthik. And he flaps the open-end straight draw.
Yeah, like 3 hands.
And Yana in seat 3 flops top pair and bets out 50.
Yeah, she'll fold it on the turn.
Started with 25, and then they did it again for 20.
Karthik calls.
What does Diablo have?
Diablo has top pair with the ace kicker.
Oh. Guarantee Yana checks on the turn.
Yana bets
Whoops.
100 into the straight that Karthik now has. And he just flat calls. Karthik electing to slow play here, and
So, at this point, no one can... Well, a 10. A 10 for a chop.
10 would give a chop, but a 4 doesn't give a chop.
300.
I know she's going to check in now, right? How can top pair be good? She was about to bet it.
Well, she's
Don't
thinking.
do it. She knows she's beat. Look at her. She doesn't want to bet it. She feels she has to
Actually,
bet
she
it.
did check it, and it got checked around to El Diablo, who bet 300.
I like that play by Karthik because he knows how aggressive Moses is.
I agree. I'd expect a raise here up to... he just flat called.
He flat called with the...
Maybe he bet the 300 and we have it wrong.
I think Karthik bet it.
He did bet the 300.
Right.
We are blocked tonight from Karthik's bets by the main camera and the dealer's head.
I saw that bet. You just patted me on the back.
I haven't seen him in
Really?
weeks, but I heard he dropped 20 yesterday.
Wish I could do a nice British accent there.
Take a break, man. Go down a level for a couple of minutes.
I haven't seen him in like 3 weeks.
Really? I thought you like talked to him all the time.
Okay, Jeff is going to move into seat 3. Yana has left the table. And Mo is going to come back into seat 8.
Yana just buy more chips?
No, Yana left.
Yana
Again.
left?
Yana picked up her chips and departed.
Raise 40. 50.
I never saw her play that game. I don't know what she was doing in there.
Well, Gore's going to raise up to 40 with Jack 10 suited.
Can I get a white chip from you?
30 more.
Amos with 4-5, the same suit.
30 more.
And it's back to El Diablo. And he elects to fold, so we'll have heads-up action here.
Come on, diamonds.
2 players.
Are those diamonds?
50.
Well, El
Ace, king,
Diablo
king.
bets 50 on the ace, king, king flop with 2 diamonds.
Even with the board paired, I don't see a
Time, please.
gut shot royal flush draw going anywhere.
But Amos folds.
Thank you. Small bladder.
And for the first time, we get a straddle tonight. El Diablo decides to liven it up by making the pre-flop or pre-looking at the card raised to 20.
Looks like we have a comment on 2+2 about the commentators need to get drunk to make this more exciting. Could it have anything to do with the game that I'm watching right now? Go get me a drink. I'll get drunk.
Well, the straddle's called in 2 places. Flop of King Jack 8, turn of a 6.
100.
Karthik bets. Karthik has top pair. Bets out 100 and is going to take it down.
Thank you.
Behaving. Alan, how did you do yesterday after we left?
Yesterday I was off, but I didn't have that. How do you do?
Small
You know, I gave all my
Lice daddles.
And so the straddle's going to continue, trying to liven up a pretty dead table tonight. As Gore straddles here, he'll have last action pre-flop. It's like a third blind.
I'm thinking of new stuff every day, man.
You must stay awake at night.
Yeah, I do. I got one where I toss the cards to the ceiling and they land right in the mud. Want me to try that?
And again, what we see is a bunch of callers,
No, I could do it.
I'll give you the option.
with
Exactly
the hammer being held
take a break.
by El Diablo, having
No,
the
but
7 deuce
they'll hit
off.
in the dealer's box.
Flop of Queen 3-4,
Boomerang.
and seat 4 has flopped the nut flush draw, but seat 1 has flopped the flush.
Make it 6 billion.
And it's going to be raised by Allen in seat 1 to 140 from the original bet of 40 of Gore, who flopped top pair.
Everybody's gonna watch what kind of hands you send. And they're gonna pick up on you. It's on you, Diablo.
100 more.
Yeah. How much more, Alex? You have
And
how much more behind you?
That's gonna be your
That's it?
Amos folded his flush draw. Gore asks how much more in chips Allen has. I guarantee Allen isn't folding this hand no matter what he has. He also has a straight flush draw here.
I wish I could double you up.
And Gore is going to fold. He's already showing other people his cards, so this is just for show.
You know what I have? Open-ended straight flush draw.
And Allen says the hand he had accurately, that he had the open-ended straight flush draw, and he had it with the 5-6 of clubs. And we are continuing the straddle. We're going to have a new player in seat 8. Mo isn't sitting down, but Ron is with 1,000 in chips. There's Ron.
Next hand.
Did you have the post?
Yes.
So it's perfect. Big blind
And Jeff in seat 3 has picked up what looks like pocket kings. And he hasn't played a hand yet, so it'll be interesting to see how much he raises.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Raise 85.
He raises up to 85.
No, sir.
And no one really has much of anything here. Seat 1, Alan has Presto, pocket fives, and he's going to make the call. And Steve in seat 2 with Queen Jack off is also going to make the call. And Jeff's in pretty good shape. Of course, the moment I usually say things like that, a 5 comes on the flop. The flop is Queen Jack 4, so I was wrong on which player was going to outflop him.
100.
Jeff outflops him. Steve bets 100. Jeff is moving all in. Alan, by the way, appeared to have called the 100.
360.
So the raise is 360. I think it's a total bet here. Steve hasn't played many hands either, and when he's pushed all in the last time, he had the hand. I don't think Jeff was here, though, to see it, so pocket kings are a tough hand to get away from. And he makes the call. This should be an easy hand, though, for Alan to get away from. All he has is a pair of 5s, and he gets away from it. And Steve is going to need to see a 4 or a king, or the turn and river being a pair. Or runner, 10-9, or ace-10, something of that sort.
How you doing, man? Better? Yeah. No lie. No lie. No lie. Okay. All right. All right, good.
The turn is a jack, so now that's a full house. He's going to need the king, and it doesn't come. And Steve doubles up.
I'm back, Russ. What happened?
Pocket kings got beat by Queen Jack. 2 pair on the flop, full house on the turn.
Thank you.
I speculated a 5 would come, and Alan was going to be the one who would outflop the pocket kings.
Hey, it's Brian the dealer.
And the straddles have ended, unfortunately. As it appears Alan isn't going to do the straddle.
I know he's coming behind. I already doubled him up. So what do you have to do? Bring the cards like this? Yeah, just for a lower, right?
So we have a new player at the table, huh?
Yep. We have Ron with 1,000 in chips in seed 8. We again have the usual bunch of limpers.
5 players.
5 players saying a king, queen, 9 flop. Two players having flopped 9s.
Diablo. 50.
Diablo was in card player. Seen your picture in card player, dude.
No way.
Up and coming poker players, dude. They had a top 100.
And Steve has the
I will be, don't worry.
inside straight draw. Deuce on the turn. And it's checked. 4 on the river, and the best hand is El Diablo. And Steve checks, and El Diablo is going to win this hand.
09, that's all.
Where's all the other announcers nowadays, Russ?
I think they're all at the World Series, trying to win money. And in fact, David Tuckman has a blog that you can read off of the Bike's homepage. There is also Shirley's Poker Babe's website, which she has updated a couple
Shirley.
times.
She's such a babe.
You did, senor.
The main event starts a week from yesterday with 3 opening sessions at the World Series.
40.
They're expecting between 4,000 and 7,000 players.
That is a lot of people.
Well, I just remember the $100 comment. Remember you said if somebody gave you
Absolutely is.
go.
Steve raised to 40 with ace-jack off.
That's all I remember.
Looks like Moses in seat 6 has pocket tens.
And a flop of queen, queen, 9. Leaves Moses with the best hand. Karthik with pocket eights is in second place.
Hey, Amos, you wanna?
No, I knew you were going just thinking that too.
Yeah.
I've been doing. I
I dropped 1,000.
I've been doing horrible at
And
it.
I won 3,500 playing poker and dropped 1,000 with that.
That's
That happened that one
175.
night. That's exactly
Moses
what happened.
bets 175.
And I didn't even get to win one.
I lost 1,100 that one night. Remember that one
This is
night?
one of those
I found my
situations
pair
with the
finally
board
came
paired
in.
with queens where
There's some water. Anybody
your
want
pocket pair being above the 9, you can assume that, well, if they don't have a queen, you probably have the best hand at that point.
Absolutely. Some nights in this game we see a player who plays a lot of hands and throws money around. Tonight just isn't one of those nights.
That's okay. We can make it exciting. They'll pick up the game. Get a couple drinks ordered. Party time.
So if we see everyone fold to El Diablo, Gore makes it 65 with King Jack off.
It just sounds wrong when you sing King Jack off. Jack King off.
King Jack off, always the highest card first. A flop of ace, 7, deuce, all clubs, and Gore has the jack of clubs. And now he has the jack high flush with the turn being 3 of clubs.
Yeah, I got a jack.
Gore even says he has the jack of clubs.
Jack is fine. If you have
And he's right. He bets 50, and he tries to throw in the chips of El Diablo.
I'm not lying.
Somehow, El Diablo with a jack of spades, 9 of diamonds is not going to be calling, and Gore's going to show the jack of clubs. And does. Takes down the pot.
You took it out of the pot. See what I did now.
Now here on the 4th of July, he's telling the truth.
Yeah, I think this is the only night
Yeah,
ever.
he better. If he took my money, he better tell me the truth. Otherwise, I object. We'll go back to the
camera.
Yeah, back to the camera and get my money back.
Amos is going to limp with his suited connectors.
I just went outside the booth and was looking at the tournament for the miniseries for tonight. It's overflowing into the casino right now.
I would, with a $100 buy-in, it's not a surprise that they would get probably about 400 or 500 players. When Denny's here in the second half, he'll let you know exactly how many people came in. El Diablo now has 3 5s, and Amos still has the inside straight draw, and El Diablo's going to bet his 3 5s.
So if Amos makes his inside straight draw, Moses would have
a full house, nothing major. But he folds.
Problem was, neither one of us had any of that either.
Look at that. Put it right there, Brian. You mess up this one.
Sorry. Five players.
Well, El Diablo this time decides to fold his 7 deuce off. 2 hearts on the flop. 9-4-3. And I think Gore, with his pair of 4s, has the best hand. The bet of $50 was by C2 was called. The turn of a 7 goes a check, check, and the river 5 of hearts. And
Just a 9?
Gore is going to. Actually, C2 has a 9. We're both getting blind here. I think we're being doled out.
6. Show the 6.
I think we need some caffeine in this booth.
No juice?
We need alcohol on the table.
I just went outside and got a drink.
Not even a 9. Can't be a 9.
Well,
I'm putting in a guarantee, Russ.
Jeff,
In the
by the way,
second
has
out- in the-
pocket kings for the second time. It'll be interesting to see how much he raises to and whether he gets out flopped yet again.
My guarantee is Denny and me in the second hour will be explosive. The viewers
can't
at
be
home,
worse than this.
I'm given the explosive guarantee.
This has been a
The mailman and Denny in the second hour.
well.
It's okay, Russ.
It is what it is. and
It's not all your fault.
It's folded all the way around. The raise not called, and so Jeff will win with his pocket kings this time. I don't know if we lit a fire under anyone's seat. Would that help?
Oh. I was joking, but I got something to watch it.
Okay.
It's the guy.
I'm ready now. Wise comments, everything. It's coming out right now.
So we watch everyone fold here. The one thing we haven't had is a chopped blinds, and we're going to. We might try to have the shuffling machine at this point try to, we could fix it like they do online so they get all the action hands.
Since you were trying to do dinner or something. Live Scotto.
Can't hurt. As Tim the Floorman announces, there will be a new setup at the bottom of the hour, probably right after this hand.
Yeah, new setup. That means the cards are different colors, right? Because the new setup will obviously change the way everything's going. For all you superstitious people out there knowing about how ghosts control cards and... Oh, sorry.
Steve with pocket four is going to raise to 65. He's going to get called by El Diablo with
King 10 suited.
Yep. And Gore, we're not sure what he has just yet. He has 5-4.
How many times
He's
is
gonna call.
Moses going to lose with a king high flush tonight before he learns?
Botch, this hand's for you. Gore's playing it for you.
Thank you.
Well, he flopped the top pair with his kings.
It looks like top two pair, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, King 10.
Whoa, two pair.
And Steve's going to bet 100 right into it. And Gore folds out of turn.
Diablo's going to raise.
Diablo calls.
Oh.
Slow playing here. 8 on the turn doesn't change anything. And El Diablo is reaching for chips and is going to bet.
125.
1 1/4 and gets insta-called. The River 9 puts out a possible
I would
straight.
imagine Moses is going to check here with a one card straight.
So
But
Moses
that's not
reaches
his
for
style.
chips.
That's not his
And he
style.
looks like he bets 300, I think. And that's the end of that hand. The white chips, by the way, are hundreds. Purples are 25. The yellows are 5. And we do get a new setup here.
What color is a brown chip?
Browns are $10.
Not that brown, the orange brown.
The 500s?
That's right. Oh, I figured you'd get that wrong. You don't play with those old 500 chips too often, do you?
Nope, but I've gotten them from tournaments here. Brian does something you don't see much anymore. He's hand shuffling the cards. Now with the advent of the shuffling machines.
This is where my last comment last time I was in the booth about people hand shuffling and cards sticking together. I told you guys when Brian deals, he hand shuffles. Got some cute little comment about, well, what's that box in the middle of the table then? Yeah, it's the shuffler, but Brian hand shuffles. Now let's see if my point about cards sticking together, multiple suits in the same hands, can be proven correctly here.
I think it can. I see 3 suited hands out here. We have 5-6 of clubs, 10-5 of spades, who has flopped a flush, and king-queen of diamonds, and jack-3 of diamonds. So there were 4 of them.
60.
So seat 8 with top pair, I imagine, would call.
And El Diablo calls a $60 bet by Amos with his flush. El Diablo, of course,
Flush
has a
draw.
king flush draw.
And middle pair.
Gore has king queen, and he's going to get away from it.
So when the flush
Excuse me,
doesn't come
jack-3.
on, when it doesn't come on the turns, is where Amos will pump it up, I'd imagine.
2 players. Perfect, thank you.
The turn, though, gives El Diablo the flush. It's checked. The river puts yet another spade out there. Somebody's theory looks pretty accurate here.
Who's
125.
1 1/4 bet.
So the first,
and it's called
King.
The first hand that Brian deals, huh? The entire board is all the same suit.
And there were 4 people with suited cards.
I'm taking a bow in the booth. This is where I take a bow regarding my comments.
Perhaps I should get you to, well, never mind, predict certain sporting events in advance.
She wanted to play the tournament. She went to play with tournament.
Yeah. If I could do that, I probably wouldn't be in here right now, but
Neither would I. I think we'd both be out in the stock market. El Diablo has picked up pocket jacks on this hand.
Woo, jacks.
And he is going to raise it up.
What does it look like, 40?
I think he raised it to 50.
50? This is generally where Tim chimes in and goes, well, actually, it's this much.
Amos is after me all the time. After me all the time.
And he gets called by Amos with 10-9, and he has flopped his ace-9-8.
Let me see if I got at least one of those.
I'm very surprised that Moses doesn't call just because there's an ace here. The problem now is if he does call, if he doesn't raise it,
I can't beat you, Diablo.
What am I going to do with you, man?
he obviously looks like he doesn't have the ace, so Amos with position at that point is going to put a big bet in on the turn.
You got the nuts?
Huh?
Amos bet it out.
I don't got pocket aces, that's for sure.
At least one.
Huh?
One of them is good.
I don't have an ace.
And it's nice for
Going to be honest?
El Diablo to tell Amos that he doesn't have an ace.
Amos says, I don't have an ace.
And
Moses
apparently,
goes, honest?
El Diablo, Moses believes him, so he's going to call the...
do that one for you. Okay?
This is
counting out chips, and this is... It's a question, do you believe the opponent? Apparently, he does.
This is where all those people out there in the internet realm go, is this collusion? They can talk about their hands at the table?
The turn of 3 of diamonds, the bet looks like 400 or 500 here.
So if he tells him he doesn't have an ace, he believes him, he calls his bet on the flop.
500 is the bet.
What is a 3 going to make any difference? Moses goes, and you don't have an ace. Why are you betting into me?
And Amos says he's going to show it too.
told you.
Don't mean I have the best hand.
Huh?
And so,
Oh man, Amos.
The fact that these guys play every day and they're friends, and
And he
he's telling me he
folds.
doesn't, I'm surprised he doesn't call.
he shows one card.
The other one.
I believe he showed the 9.
Ace 9. How you
I didn't have an ace, man. It's fine. I don't have pocket ace 9, 10. What else? Yeah, it's 7, 5.
So if El Diablo is a subscriber to the archives, in about 3 days he can find out that he did indeed fold the best hand.
I'm gonna see that. You said if I mark you, show me. You didn't show me.
I showed you one, man.
Shit, I want to see both.
I'll let you come up to with your own ideas.
I'm gonna come up next time. Next time,
You
man.
didn't have an ace?
Next time I'm gonna get
You
you.
didn't have an ace?
I'm gonna come up.
We're even. It's folded all the way around to El Diablo, and Gore puts in a raise up to 100. All he has is pocket aces.
90 to call.
Okay, we're only 200.
And he's going to take it down.
As the guy in seat 8, his name is Ronnie. Has he even played a hand since he sat down?
I think he's played one hand, he's seen one flop, and folded.
Here, man.
He is somewhat under-chipped for this game. He started with exactly 1,000. There are some pretty good-sized stacks now.
Yeah. So, I mean, the 9 I had to beat, man. Come on.
Karthik in seat 5 has big slick suited and makes it 75.
You did have to beat.
And it doesn't appear anyone has anything. We look
Moses is
around.
still talking about the last hand with pocket jacks.
And Karthik will take it down.
Never make me hold again, man.
So how often are you playing tournaments now?
Oh, I play every day. I've been at the World Series the last 2 weeks. And currently I'm writing for some different publications.
Which publications are you writing for now?
Well, I don't think I can name drop over the air.
Are you going back next week to the series?
Maybe. I heard a crazy rumor that Live at the Bike is going to be at the World Series of Poker with their own booth. And I believe Bartholomew will be manning the booth at the World Series, so you can come out and meet the man, the myth, the legend.
There's another word that goes with it, but I can't remember it, so. Flop of 9, 4 deuce, 2 spades.
150.
It's 75 is bet by El Diablo with his 9 with jack kicker, raised up to 150 by Gore with his 9 with an ace kicker.
Okay, Gore.
And gets called.
Give me my spade.
Hey, if you had ace king, you would have gone all in?
Turn pairs of 4. The kicker's still playing.
You still would have got me there, huh?
200's bet by Gore here. And El Diablo quickly calls.
Moses at this point is just asking all the players what they have on each hand.
Board repairs the deuce, and it's checked, and the ace kicker is going to play.
That's not fair. He told him he didn't have a better hand.
He lied. Unheard of in poker.
All the 9s were out. I have 49 7.
Thank you, go.
If you want to play for free, you can at www.thebike.com. 3 weekly free rolls for hundreds of dollars, and it's all for free.
You bust me.
$50.
You bust me.
A raise by Karthik with pocket 10s up to 50. And Jack 9 will call, held by Steven C2. And he hits the jack. And bets it right out. Looks like 100. Karthik now needs a 9 for a straight.
Which would be disastrous for the 2 pair from Steve. I don't see Karthik calling this hand.
And he didn't. And Gore with 6-5 isn't going to call either. Tomorrow night, there will be, I believe, a $200 no-limit game here, live at the bike, starting at 6. I won't be playing in it, so that ought to make some more action than normal.
Are you going to be commentating tomorrow,
Nope,
Russ?
I'm at a family barbecue tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for that holiday we
you're
won't mention,
talking
so, you know,
the 4th of
Independence
July.
Day. Figure out a new name.
Sorry, I'm from Russia. I'm not American.
Well, I'm of Russian ancestry, too, but it's like 6 limpers.
I mean, I'm not from Russia.
Karthik has my co-author's favorite hand, Scotro, pocket 7s.
Shameless plug.
You got it. However, it's nowhere near the best hand, as Steve has 3 kings now.
How many times is Moses tonight going to play nothing but the ace-high flush draw and run into another flush draw?
Which is better. Todd has the queen 6 of hearts, and I have a feeling we're going to see a pretty decent raise of a $50 bet by Steve.
150.
And he does. He makes it 150, which isn't that large of a raise. So $100 to call here.
Yeah, but he's raising it into the perfect guy in seat 9 who hasn't even played a hand. And what could end up happening is if Moses calls here, seat 9 might throw it away, and he ends up catching his flush and winning the hand with a 9 high flush.
And Moses
Yep.
calls,
So
and you're absolutely right.
Moses calls, he folds.
The river gives quads to Steve, and there's no chance of El Diablo folding. And it's a question, how little can Steve bet
Steve's
to get a
hoping
call?
that he has a 10 right now.
That's what I mean. They look cool when they're new, but then, you know, they get kind of dirty.
And it didn't matter what Steve bet, he wasn't getting a call. Steve's asked if he had a king, and he nodded yes, and he was telling the truth.
Big blind side?
Need a heart. Needed a heart.
Big blind next time, Pablo.
Needed a heart, but not the 4. Well, Live at the Bike is live and unscripted, and sometimes we can't help if the cards just don't cooperate. And tonight has been a limp fest for the most part.
Where's that from?
Off my shoe.
We're going to have 4 people sing the flop here.
5 players.
I'm just corrected to 5. Queen 6-5, rainbow. And no one has a pair. Ace high by Allen.
10.
The best hand.
Except the $3 chip up there that rolled in right away. So, 40.
$40 is bet by Jeff on an inside straight draw with King 7, and he's going to take it down. It's a hand where aggression paid off.
Very aggressive.
Let that ball go.
No more.
No more?
No more.
What the hell did he go?
Looks like Gore has left the table temporarily.
40, raise it.
Steve raises it up to 40 with his pocket jacks.
Seat 9 calls with Queen Jack offsuit.
And Karthik in seat 5 calls with ace 9 and has flopped 3 nines. Steve bets out 100.
Karthik will probably make a smooth call here.
And does. The turn gives Karthik a full house, but the ace is very likely to slow down Steve. Well, I'm wrong again.
Suck and resuck. How much are you? You have your spec there.
It wouldn't shock me if he smooth called here. This way I'll be wrong twice on the same hand.
I would, in this situation, probably re-raise, because if you smooth call, then the jig is up. If you can do a re-raise, he doesn't, he smooth calls. If you do a re-raise, you can kind of look like you don't have the ace, but you know the other guy doesn't have the ace. The problem is he's out of position, so now what is he going to do? He's going to be forced to bet it on the river and kind of give away his hand.
And he does bet, I believe, 500. Which might put Steve all in.
It's kind of an example of position playing and how, you know, you have to predict, well, what's my image going to be on the river if I don't put in a raise here on the turn. Unless you're willing to check the river to the guy and hope he's going to bet, there's no reason not to re-raise on the turn.
Steve doesn't realize how badly he's been out-flopped and out-turned on this hand. But he looks like he is going to fold as he is showing the other players his cards.
Yeah, ironically, in that situation, when you have trip nines, I don't think he wanted to see an ace. You know, he knew that trip nines were probably good at that point, so he kind of killed his hand.
And he shows the hand.
Lines, please.
Jack on the river, man. Jack on the river.
Jack on the river would have given Steve the best hand.
I know.
No comment.
Jeff in C3 has ace-queen here. And is going to raise it up to 50. And we can see a little bit of fireworks here as Moses has pocket kings.
Looks like he's just going to smooth call the 50.
Expose cards.
It didn't make any difference. Did it make any difference?
But I thought he called.
And Moses flops top set. Steve flops a Broadway draw. He's a 10 for the straight.
What did he bet on the turn?
Let's see it. Here you go.
Suddenly he's betting $500 with a full bowl.
60.
Steve bets 60. And I suspect Moses is just going to flat call here, and he does.
I thought, and plus I thought he had the ace. He caught an ace.
Your excuse that you made check is not a
Turn is no help. Deuce.
If you think he didn't have a hand, you check.
And Steve checks, and
200.
Moses bets 200. And it's going to be hard for Steve to call with just a draw here, and he folds.
I don't think, no, Moses had position in that hand, so he was the first to bet.
Next time I go,
I don't think Steve had the opportunity to check yet. There's another problem with smooth call. What's the point of smooth calling if you're going to bet in early position on the turn? You give your hand away once again.
Not today.
Not today?
I'm not running it.
If you're gonna check the flop and then smooth call, why would you bet the turn?
No, it's not right there.
Point well taken.
I mean, you have to prepare for the future. I mean, plan your play out. It doesn't make sense to, you know, you kill your first play by betting it on the turn. There's two situations where by not, you know, check the flop, smooth call, you ruin your hand on the turn.
Big blinds. Look at that. Look at it.
And again, lots of limpers here.
8 deuce again. Watch him put 8 8 deuce on the
flop of King, Queen, 3 and 2 clubs. We have Jack Deuce against Ace 5, a 3,
40.
Deuce of Hearts on the turn. El Diablo bets it and takes it down. The Rabbit Cam we're going to use here shows the ace. Would have been on the river. Alan and Steve are sitting out for a few minutes.
Gore's all bummed out.
Table's down to 7-handed. Steve with the big blind in seat 3. It's limped by Karthik, El Diablo, and Gore.
Want to see one flop with him.
Ron at seat 8 has decided to step away. Gore raised it, by the way, an additional, I think, 25 with Jack 5 of hearts. He has flopped the flush draw. However, with the 10 on the flop,
Moses makes trip 10s
on the
top.
turn.
He still has a flush draw.
The flush doesn't get there, and I think Moses is going to fire out a little bet here. Little bet appears to be a couple hundred. That's going to take down the pot.
Blinds, please. Go by the button. Yeah? You want to buy the button? Yeah, he said yes.
Steve's coming back in, is going to buy the button for $15, posting both blinds, of which 10 will be live. And it is folded around to Moses, El Diablo, and he folds. Gore's going to call with his 5-3 suited, and it's heads up between ace-9 and 5-3. And neither player has anything, and the aggression by Gore will take down the hand.
Gore, thank you.
Thank you. Next time, put a heart.
Gore with a big slick raises up to.
I think that's Moses with
Excuse me,
ace-king.
Moses with. But Gore calls with 5-4 suited, an excellent hand, and Jeff with pocket 7s calls
Are
also.
you being facetious?
Slightly.
So you wouldn't play that, huh?
No. And also Karthik with ace-9 calls. The flop is 6-6 deuce. So pocket 7s is in the lead, but out of position. Moses is going to bet out 100. Now Gore folds his.
Should be interesting to see what happens with pocket 7s here.
Does have an over pair to the board, but raised by.
Yeah, but only for 100 though. If he doesn't have a pair.
Two players.
He does call. The turn of a king, though, gives Moses the best hand. And Jeff checks it.
225.
2 1/4 is bet by Moses.
He makes his pair. I might have even checked the pair. Because you know that C3 is reluctant to call on the flop. It didn't look like he wanted to call in the first place. And when you make your pair, you know, it allows the gentleman out of position to bet it on the river.
But he does bet it, and he takes it down.
Big one, sir.
This will be the last hand before we go to Table Talk, so we'll be on Table Talk after this hand.
And then it'll be Denny Williams and the mailman.
And I wish you some good hands and some action.
Oh, we'll have plenty of action.
It's faulted around to Moses, who with 7-3, but it's suited, elects to call.
Option.
And players who are left in the hand, frankly, have King 3 is the best hand. Flop of a Queen, Deuce 3 with 2 spades gives Moses the flush draw, and he's going to bet it.
50.
The best hand right now is Karthik with his pair of 3s.
Even with the kicker and the king, you don't think that there's a higher percentage with the flush draw also?
Even with the percentage, yes.
That's got nothing to do with me.
3s are ahead.
They both have 3s.
There you go.
And Moses has the flush draw. Would that cancel out the king kicker at that point?
50.
Only if I'm awake and sing the 3. I need new glasses, I guess.
Moses with middle pair 3 against king 3, but Moses has the flush draw.
Well, the King 3 exited, and Gore with 6-4 is folds. In any case, it is time to turn down the mics here in the booth, turn up the mics at the table, and you will have Table Talk for the next 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes, Denny Williams will be here to join Terry.
It's amazing. It did. Big blind, Diablo. Small blind, sir. Thank you.
Where you going, though?
I know, that's fine. You can ask her.
Yes, sir. Option. Raise it.
You know what's wrong, sir?
No, I don't. Very cool. See?
50 more?
50 more. There are 4 players. Okay, go ahead.
I checked a long time ago.
Okay. 75. Figured it out though. Yeah. See one miss, okay? He's gonna post next time.
There he is. Okay, what comes with the Mitchell burger? Yeah.
2 players. Dos Luchadores.
French fries, coleslaw, okay. No cheese. Okay. And then I want a bowl of miso.
200.
Well, it comes with coleslaw. And French fries. That'll fill me up. Bowl of this.
That's just number.
Jeremy going.
Where's the button? The button is here, sir. You'll be in next time.
Okay, Strato.
I didn't like that flop at all.
Oh, I wish I did. I mean,
Last stratum.
no, I wish I did.
Put the smoke line back. No problem. Five players. Checkerboard? 50. $250 total. Thank you. Strato.
Good job. Queen 4?
You got a queen? Queen 4, yeah. Where's your kicker, boy? 4.
Now?
Yeah.
What's your kicker on your ace? 10. 10. Still there. There was a 10 on the board.
Yeah. Okay. Last strato. Check. 4 players.
I like him. He didn't never show me the raise, man. He showed me the 9.
Yeah.
That's 60.
What kind of bet is that?
Three players. $150. Okay, call. 2 pair.
Wow. Oh, we trapped him.
Kept my money, yeah.
Why'd you check the flop?
You let me down.
Huh?
You let me down.
Why'd you check the flop?
Well, you might
I was first. Why'd you
might
check?
betting on your Could have split a bigger pot.
I'm betting
I would at least try to steal it.
This guy's are.
I mean, if you bet,
Then-
I'd have pumped it up a little bit. Maybe I'll
No,
get
it's
you
okay.
See what they're doing
might
to
have took it
Diablo,
from
man? I'm betting on that.
Yeah.
Making me believe I got the best hand and he got. Oh, you suck.
What you got, Diablo?
H7.
Thank you.
He checked the name.
Oh, you have an ace?
You're an ace? Raise to 50. Four players. Check. Bet 200s. Two players. Exactly. Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
Playing?
Oh,
What are you doing? Playing?
tens.
Oh, you're commentating? You commentating El Diablo? Hey,
Okay.
You won with King?
hey, what did Amos have when he showed me the nine?
You won with
What did Amos show when he showed me the nine?
Don't give him the pleasure.
Irene! Amos, I'm gonna find out anyway. Come on, before tonight's over, I wanna get Amos.
Dude, you sucked out on me like 3 times, man. What are you talking about?
Three players.
Oh, this game is a piece of junk.
What did he say?
He said to give you a piece of advice.
What is it?
Yeah, but they're not players. I need you.
Check.
I need somebody to raise.
What did he say?
He said, I don't know where Alan went, trying to play the ace side, but he said lock it.
Oh, you seen that one, huh? You sucker. See?
I think he's trying to start it, yeah. Oh, this should be a 10-20 blind.
You seen how they got me, how that sucker, man?
5-10.
Mo, I thought this was going to be a 10-20 blind.
Aces.
How many hours you're playing it right now today?
Man,
More
that was
than an
bad
hour.
and another
Now
flush.
you find that it's 10 20?
I lost big time. Big flushes, how you seen it?
You guys won?
You see the flush? What can I do, man? You should throw me over. Just get out of the way. What the heck?
Guys, you guys want to change this to a 10-20 blind game? The minimum
Like every
1,000?
time?
Like every Friday?
No, the same chips, the same
Yeah,
chips.
same chip state, but blinds are 10-20.
I know, everyone's playing.
You win, you win, you win, you win.
Everyone's playing.
Amos, you win?
I'm not going to stop the table.
Because every Friday we do.
No, that's fine. You told me beforehand.
Yeah,
so-
every Friday we do 5, 10, 10 20 blinds.
All right, next time, let's
Oh,
switch it up.
Jesus, action.
Let's get some action. There's nobody wants to play.
Now whoever
That was
comes
bad,
in,
huh, Gallo?
whoever
Man.
comes in,
Raise
I'm
to
gonna pay
80.
him minimum 1,000.
And I'm betting him against. I didn't put him on both.
Yeah, from next time. Yeah. Alan is coming or what?
Yeah, he's coming. So, yeah, that's it.
We got the ladies waiting to come back in. Yana.
So they need me come there, take some money.
Exactly.
What are we doing now?
They need you to splash off around.
10-20 blind, damn it.
Fired up.
Oh, Jerry, man, that was very bad.
30.
So the blinds are 10 and 20 now. All right.
So one more. 10, 20, yeah.
He's not gonna forget that slap.
Hello. Hey.
Jerry, that was very bad. Tell me, what can I do? Huh? Three players. I couldn't believe he had a board. I knew I put him on a draw, with the A, but not both cards. El Diablo, very dangerous, man. All right. But they got him. They sucked out of him. Amos has been getting me too, man.
Can I pop the flash?
All right.
I'm city player. I paid him off on the river that day.
Yeah, get off on Florence.
Thank you, bro. Jerry, you gotta record that. I want it. I want to see it. Record it. I'll buy it. Okay, record it. Make some money on the side.
Or if you want.
Come on, Jerry, you're the expert. I want to record
Yeah,
it.
10-20 blind.
You're the king.
You have anything good?
Chips.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's fine. I try.
No, chips are bad luck.
Chips.
We have a jackpot on it.
Chip, please.
This
This is a jackpot?
Yeah.
How much do they rent from this game? What do you mean, like,
How much do they take on $2? What is it?
1,000 on
1,000 on city.
Lots of white. How about make the blinds 3 and 5?
It don't matter.
why don't we change the chips?
That's a bad idea.
This is 10-20, right?
Bad idea.
Why don't we get $20 chips?
Fools like make this whole issue.
I say we revote.
Then they're gonna have to. Think he's gonna be chopping all the time for
Want to go
that.
5-10?
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Hey, let's switch it back, dude. You guys agree? It's gonna kill the game even more.
Small blind.
No, but it's just the fucking $5 chips suck, dude.
I agree.
Look at all these $5 chips. This is ridiculous. Look at all these chips.
So what is it, 5-10 or 10-20?
Next hand is what?
10-20.
Next hand. Next
Play,
hand.
guys,
When,
play one
this,
round.
I think
You can't
everybody-
switch it
next hand is
every
too
other.
late.
If you want to play one round, and then you guys want to decide switching back to something else.
You want to switch it back? Because I'm down.
I don't care. I'll play either way. But there's no
I prefer 5-10.
I prefer 5-10.
Switch back to 5-10.
Switch back to 5-10.
What's it now?
Thank you.
I'll buy the button.
We're gonna
Bye
make
bye.
it,
Okay.
guys, play one round, make it fair for everybody. Because they put some lines in, unless you guys don't care. But
Come on, let's just play, man. Blinds are 10-20. Come on.
Killing the action even more.
Nobody wants to play. Ain't nobody. Hey, Gord. Ain't nobody wants to play.
All right, man.
and 3 walks in a row.
You guys don't want to play?
$1 more. One.
You're right.
4.
So what are we going to play now? What are we playing?
After it goes around one round.
After it goes around, we're going to change it back to
It'll
5-10.
stay 5-10?
Yeah, stay 5-10.
You guys vote on whatever you want to do.
I'm trying to make the game better.
What is
man.
it?
You guys do whatever you guys want. I'm not
Raise?
going to
I'm just saying.
Right to
we
12,
haven't seen
40.
a flop in 3 hands because it's 10-20.
I can do a lot with $20.
Whatever you guys want, man. I'm not going to force anything.
It's a lap dance, dude. The rhino.
Okay. Okay, but
It's not even a cover card.
2 players.
Yeah, dude. I went to a strip club a couple days ago in Vegas. Man, God damn. That was the first time I've ever been to a strip club in Vegas. Oh, really? Those bras are sick, dude.
Really?
Dude,
Sure.
they just, dude, man.
That's 60.
Dude, man, I'm glad I didn't bring a lot of money with me. That's all I gotta say.
1,000 behind.
I'm serious, bro. Those girls, dude, they know how to work it, dog. Hey, Go, you ever been to a strip club in Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
God, those girls, they just know how to, they can hustle, bro.
They got rooms in the back.
I know, this proud, dude. I only brought $300 in there, dude. I left all my money in the car, dude. That shit was gone like in half an hour, dog. Those bros, you think you just have a little lap dance, they got you all hooked up. They got you all hard, dog, you know?
Yeah.
They'll be like, come on, one more dance. They'll be begging you to take you to the back room. You ever been to the back room?
They got beds and everything, man. Sick in Vegas.
I was wondering how it worked, dude.
Yeah.
Raise to 50.
I know, cause they go all the way or no?
Huh?
They go all the way? Really?
Vegas, man.
I know, this bride, dude, she had like... Dude,
2 players.
Dude, just on the table
I'm
dance,
bringing your
homie.
chips, so don't raise me.
All right.
Check.
Check.
Can the internet pick up your voice? Check.
Yeah, I hope my girl ain't watching.
You do? Is that what you want to be talking about on open public record?
Yeah, it don't matter. This guy talking. I don't have a fan club out there.
100.
Have flush. What are you doing? You know, one day you're going to become famous.
No, not me.
No?
I forgot about
That's the other famous thing.
Yeah, I was wondering what they do because they charge a grip, dude. This girl was like, yeah, she says like $500 for an hour or something.
you gotta negotiate, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be
I was
like,
tempted though.
you gotta be like you want one of those fruit. You know, in those Middle Eastern countries, when you go to buy food, you gotta hustle the guy.
Yeah.
You gotta hustle the meat man and shit. You gotta do the same thing with those girls, man. You gotta spit your Victorville game.
So when did it change back?
I think next hand.
No. 6 players. Got 80.
I want to see another spit on the thing.
What you doing now?
1,000.
You want flush one?
2 players. $100. Raise. 2 more hundreds. Call. $310.
What's your bid, man?
Same hand.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Flush.
Flush.
Man.
You're right.
I didn't know what to do, man. You might have a full house, dog. I don't know. I don't even want the tender pair, dude. You know, it fucking kills it.
I said, what is it?
Thank you.
Nice hand, man.
You thought it was chocolate?
No, I didn't think
Okay, I don't know.
Because when I saw the heart,
Did I want to come back to 10?
I can't bet into you, though, guys.
If I can,
I don't know
right?
what you have.
You guys have the pair on the board.
Yeah, I didn't want another pair. I don't want another 10. I'm praying for a queen, dude. That would have been sick.
I know, that would have been, I was praying for a queen, too. I was like, fuck, no heart.
So what, are we back to 5 and 10 now, guys?
Yeah, they want to go back.
I wanted to push more, actually, on the turn.
Well, dude, if you go all in on the river, I might muck, dude. You know what I'm saying?
5-10 now.
I might muck if you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's hard. That's a tough laydown.
Well, dude, I mean, if you raise it, I didn't know if I should put you on. Kind of put you on a team.
I want to put
5
a
players.
little more on the turn. I'm glad I didn't.
No, you had
I didn't think you had the 10. I thought you had the flush.
yeah. Go ahead.
Because when the 10 came, I was like, you can't, I have the 10. How can you
Bet 25.
rare? I mean,
You need one more rep.
guaranteed.
I mean, step.
One more step.
We're back to 5 and 10 blind.
Short. No. 2 players. $50.
I didn't know the picture.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you bet just 100, you can't have a 10. I didn't know you had a 10 and
So you wait?
Yeah.
flush had to
Is that a 9? There's a 9 on the flop, wasn't there? 9 high. Huh? 9 high. No, 10 on the flop.
No.
10 deuce 3.
You went all in on the river after 5 months. I don't know how would I do. I seen you grab your card so quick, I knew I had to.
Raise it.
You want me 200, Alan? Give it to me in white if you're going to get
Raise 60 total.
white or purple.
One more. Three players.
Yeah, the river had to come hard down.
Yeah, but I'm not giving it on shit.
150.
I'm so sorry, the line was just...
If you would have raised the flop, though, I would have really pushed, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I couldn't raise the flop.
3 and 4. Make 1,000.
Maybe you flop 3 there or something. Stop pushing.
All right. Change, please.
I didn't even have ace 10.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Thank you.
I can't go over the top of you.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, he doesn't have it.
Sure. Okay, here, he pay you back to
Thank you, Alan.
Quiero unos camarones mexicanos. ¿Cómo vienen? Más que quiero una ensalada.
Five players.
Yeah, that's what you want, 3-card poker. You ever play 3-card poker?
Yeah, I love 3-card
Yeah.
poker, yeah.
Die attacking. Ooh, jackpot, come on.
No, just not jackpot, not possible.
That's, yeah, dude.
With my 7.
No, not possible.
Oh, it can only be 3 cards, huh?
Just, check.
Check around.
Any club wins. King high is good too.
No flush.
6 high.
Pair.
No pair.
I had the queen.
The 9. That's right, yes. Pretend good enough.
That's comedy.
Don't we need a round of tequila?
Yes.
That's it. I mean, nobody had a club.
Oh, yes.
Last shot.
That's 6
Last straddle.
8, 9, 10.
Thank you.
100.
Hey, Jason, the man, what's going on, man?
$200 buy-in. Oh,
Two players. Two players. $250. Par 250. Yeah. $200.
ask for a better flop.
What do you show? Turn it over. What do you show?
I got 5 deuce, man.
What's that?
Fucking top pair in open ages.
I got you.
I know you got me. I mean, I assume you got me.
I had you on the flop.
Huh?
I got you on the flop.
No, I know, but if you push, you know, I got a lot of outs, so you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Big blind.
Nice hand, G.
Thanks, man. Pocket bet.
That's what I kind of assumed.
Dealer? Who is this? Do you know?
Yeah.
Go.
4 players.
You hit it to 100 with 5 deuce, man?
It's my favorite hand. I lost $500 to him earlier with this shit.
You learned that shit from me,
45.
huh?
Remember when you had the king nine of spades? I had the 5 deuce
Oh,
of
yeah,
spades.
yeah,
Amos.
Yeah. Thank you. And I should have played it.
I flop a bet.
I know, you're going to suck out on with it. Trust me. I'm losing. I already lost $1,000 with it tonight.
I don't want to suck out on Allen, man.
Are you river a set?
No.
Four players. Bet 50.
Time. Raise.
What is it? 100 total.
Oh, one of you call. One of you call. God damn it. I really wanted to play that hand, man. Let me do it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Hey!
What?
Hey, why did I ask you to do you if you're going to look my card?
Okay.
You want a commerce?
Bet 50.
Yo, boy, you going to commerce?
Yeah, man, I gotta go meet somebody. I'm gonna be back. I'm not gonna play, but I gotta meet somebody.
Go meet Henry.
Huh?
Okay.
Gonna go see Henry, huh?
Okay, blinds up.
I'll see you in a few, man.
110. No, 60. I'm sorry. 60. 60. Four players. $300. Thank you.
I'm going there. Mira, déjame la ayuda, voy a ir a comer ahí.
You're moving right now, right?
Yeah. Well, then I'm going to go over there.
Okay, so I deal you in there.
Okay.
Okay. You want to be doing $10?
No, I'll wait.
No.
This guy's going to take the seat or not? What happens to him? I really don't. It's freaking complicated over there. What time? Everybody's moving in.
Oh shit, he went there. He's coming here.
You take that here.
And she's going.
She's going on both. Now I'm going to go have a lunch. I'm going to go have lunch. Yeah, you got it? Where is it? You want to drop it or?
I had a set of fires when I checked in. What about your head, Jack?
So you wait. You coming 10?
Oh, wait.
You, okay.
What'd you have?
Did I have
I figured you. There's enough in there, I'll take it.
I knew it wasn't bad lay down. I just said that.
3 players.
Just talking.
I had 5
Did you play the tournament?
No, I decided not to.
Bet 50.
How many players are there? Do you know?
Oh, there were, I can't even tell you. The whole room was full, plus the second room, plus they have players out here. $100 buy-in would have been there all night. I just couldn't get into it.
$100 buy-in.
It was only $100 buy-in.
What kind of tournament was that? They call it the senior
no limit?
junior or
They
something.
called it the senior junior.
What's the junior? I have no idea what it means.
Well,
Like someone told me it's like fathers and sons of something like that.
but they said,
Team.
I don't think she qualifies for a father or a son. So.
Yeah, that's what I asked them. What about mothers and daughters?
online it just said open to all, which I thought was really weird. I didn't understand why it said open to all. But then in the little book it says junior senior, so then I figured it out.
50. Hold on. 40 more. Oh. 2 players. Bet 50.
I'm not sure yet, but someone told me that.
Thank you.
On the bubble.
Yeah. I guess there was $1,000 buy-in on Tuesday. It's a 2-day event starting with
It's here?
here, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Raise it.
Why?
50 more. Okay, raise.
I got out just in time.
$200. 200 more. Thank you. Oh, you're right. This game, big man.
Too late.
Raise 240. No. 2 players. But 50. Raise 100. Call.
I only missed the small blind, right?
Miss everything. Miss one, miss everything.
Package deal.
That's how it works.
200. Thank you. Not too small blind. Small blind. You're right, you're right.
So that's put 15 in, right?
No, I took one already. I took one here already.
Check.
I did not. I did not.
Not yet, not yet. You raise 40 more. Okay. 40 more. Call 2 players. That's 75. Yeah, he missed.
You're here.
Bet 25.
For a lot of them?
A lot.
Yeah, I put a lot on them. Which one? Which one?
Check. Thank you.
50s, really?
For some reason, he's way out of whack with everything else.
Molly.
Yeah, those are pretty easy.
Three players.
More than being a kindergarten teacher. Is that what you said? Where at?
Red 40.
We have time.
Okay, now they bring my my shrimp, my camarones in. I'm gonna play a hand, okay? If I can double up a little, a lot better, I don't know. Give me a nice suggestion, all right? So what you can do, you know? Have a bad lead and then eat some camarones.
Three.
You got off easy.
What hand did you play?
Didn't get that far.
Those are my two
Pretty
right
close.
there.
There's a nice hand right there.
Those are my two right
Look at you, should have lost. The guy had it.
And lost a lot of money. And then,
The guy had ace 10. She would have lost.
Bet 25? That would have been horrible. I should
You
have
gotta
lost
look
that
at
last
that.
time. I shouldn't have lost that last question before. The only way he could have called and raised penalties.
Not him.
No.
That's probably whatever.
Well, it's another turn as well.
talking about the guy, yeah, I remember now what hand he was talking about.
You gotta look at it like you won a small pot because you didn't move in on the turn.
Oh, that guy.
That's what I do. I should have lost another 300.
I think the last dealer before last was on.
Welcome back to Live at the Bike. This is Terry Crow commentating by myself until we get some other people in here. Hopefully the game is picked up, and there wasn't that much talking at Table Talk, so let's see what we can do. Looks like we had the same players from before we took the break. Nothing else is new. If you had noticed during the Table Talk portion of the show, they had raised the blinds from 5 to 10 for a couple of minutes to try to liven up the game, but the players were complaining that the table was so tight as it was that they had ended up folding all their hands when the blinds were raised, so they lowered the blinds back down to 5-10.
Isn't that, looks like that's what we do. We all do. We get barbecue somewhere else and we come over here at the bike and trying to...
I do good out there sometimes. I did good out there the first couple weeks.
Looks like Moses El Diablo has changed his seat to seat 9 during the break. Of course, we don't give out any information to players of Snap, but I had a conversation with El Diablo when he was complaining about losing his entire chip stack with his King High flush.
The Unibomber, no. I was ahead, the month before, I was ahead like 50. So I lost 70, Hey, miss, can't you tell between a man and...
El Diablo in seat 9, you can hear him complaining about losing. He's a friend of mine. You can hear him complaining about losing to Phil Locke, the Unibomber, about $50,000 in a game that was a hard month for him last night, he says. Seat 4, Amos with ace queen. Seat 6 with 9-10 offsuit.
My wife wants to teach too. She wants to teach. She wants to.
Got Ron in seat 6. Looks like Ron in seat 6 has put in a raise with 9-10 offsuit, and Amos calls with ace queen.
What says, Amos? You earn it, you do what you want with it. But you give me homeless, it's a different story.
The 200.
The flop comes out 6-10 deuce. Looks like 9-10 offsuit. The worst hand actually flop top pair.
Ahí déjalo, Porter. Ahorita me van a traer, ahí déjalo ahí, por favor. Thank you.
El Diablo yelling into the table mic.
Español en internet.
Yes, sí. Español on the internet. Amos with the ace queen. Contemplating calling. Now at this point with ace high, it's kind of semantic. He's got raised pre-flop. Has nothing but ace high now, but he still calls. I think this is the difference you find in a larger game with more money on the table, is that these guys will put in a couple hundred on strictly a draw. Now the turn brings trip 10s for Ronnie. He might check it. The play here, I would imagine, would be to check the turn. Looking like he was trying to buy it pre-flop or on the flop.
Not even into the game. Sweet. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm now joined in the commentating booth with Jason, a regular 500 no limit player. Most of you who regularly might watch the 500 game would recognize Jason as a regular player here at the table. I think he is the best player in the 500 no limit game. This is a verbatim quote from Mo, who runs this game here at the bike. And Amos lays down his ace high draw.
Oh, okay, okay. Is that it?
We have some new players sitting at the table, so we'll give you guys a quick run through. Looks like the girl has returned back to the game. Yana in seat 8. Moses, or aka El Diablo, has moved to seat 9. We have Alan in seat 1, Steve in seat 2. I forget seat 3. Amos is seat 4, Karthik in seat 5, and Ron in seat 6. Seat 7 is Todd, and seat 3 is Jeff.
I'm my camarones now, and I want to play at least 3 hands.
Looks like Moses in seat 9. The Diablo has put in a live straddle for 20.
Okay, Amos, I'm doing it for you.
Huh?
I'm doing a straddle for you.
I'm only playing pocket aces.
Jason, this is your first time in the commentary booth. Is it a trip to see all your homies in the game, the way they play their cards?
I know 2 players in the game. That's it.
Okay.
Alan and Seat 9.
Okay.
And Amos.
Alan, Amos, and Moses.
5-way action.
The flop comes 10-6-9.
Somebody flopped the nuts. Amos.
Seat 3. I think it's Jeff, actually.
Oh, you're right.
With a nut.
Everybody check. That was quick.
You see Seat 9 Moses with deuce 3 putting in a little bluff. Jeff, I don't think the
Raise to 200.
The 10s concern too much, but the nut.
I think this hand is over here.
Yeah. This is generally where Moses looks at his cards for a little bit and pretends like he's going to call. He throws the deuce 3 away.
It's much of a pot for flopping the nuts.
Well, you didn't get a chance to play at the table tonight. It seems like one of the slower 500 games I've seen in a while. What's that? I think they need the host of the game.
Host?
I think
Exactly.
I see a box on the table. Maybe that's his chips. I'm not sure if that's the most chips or not.
Even Gore, he was there. He must have left because you weren't there, huh, Mo?
Club exposed. Three players.
Todd on the button calls seat 7 with ace-8 suited. The flop comes jack 4-5, all diamonds. Seat 8. Yana, the only girl at the table with 2 pair. She puts in a bet, takes it down. Nobody has diamonds, no draw, nothing.
I just got in here. Is anyone giving action here?
Nothing tonight. Nothing. We've had complaints on the internet about there's not enough action. It was tough in the first 2 hours to do some commentary, but at least we have a regular player in this game that. Amos folds. Ronnie, who hasn't done anything tonight, looking at.
I get 40.
Raises to 40 with ace-9 offsuit. Fold, 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 and.
I have played with seat 6 before. He's usually played. He gives action. I don't know about tonight.
Really? Yeah, he's seems to be slow as heck tonight.
Oh, okay.
So you gonna play in this game tonight?
I'm on the board, but I'm about 5th up. Doesn't look good. And I might not want to play.
Yeah, this is
unless Alan's leaving. He's the livest one at the table, so.
You're gonna move here. I'm leaving.
Steve raises in C2. Looks like about $60, 40, 60 straight. C2, Steve with pocket 7s. C8 with King Jack. Liana, she folds. No big surprise, she's been folding all night. So you're pretty regular in the 500 game here at the bike. You play anywhere else? Commerce?
Sometimes Commerce.
Sometimes there. You play any tournaments?
Very few.
Yeah. You haven't been out to the World Series or anything?
I haven't been to Vegas in 13 years.
13 years. Well, it makes sense. LA's where the poker action is. For all those people that think Vegas is where it's at necessarily. I think LA is known as the mecca for poker.
I don't care though.
How come you moved here?
Check.
Flop comes out ace 10-10. Lots of tens tonight.
Who told you that?
Suit 2. Steve bets out with queen 940. Let me guess, everyone folds. Here's our standard play for the table tonight. Bet, fold, limp, bet, fold. Fold.
Buy the button.
I probably could have still play 10.
He buy the button.
He got it the same.
Looks like
I'm next up. Okay.
Looks like Mo just sat in the game. Sounds like Jason just got called next up on the board.
Okay, so you thought I was weak before the flop.
Yana moves to seat 1.
Before the flop.
No. I didn't know what you were, bro. I just had a pretty good hand. I don't know. I should have mucked pre-flop.
Ronnie with king 4 suited diamonds under the gun limps in.
Oh, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say
Get 40.
Somebody needs a big hand to be calling her.
Huh? Oh, I don't matter.
Yana with king queen offsuit. For anyone that needs to know, this is not Yana who does live at the bite commentary. This is a totally different woman.
No, you don't have to say that. No, you don't have to say that.
It's not even Yana. I got info that it's pronounced Jana. It's spelt the same as the other Yana, though.
I say she's going to take this pot right here.
I'm ready. I've been waiting for you. I haven't won a pot since you left.
Jana with the open-ended straight draw. Bets out, and let me guess, everyone else folded. Yep. She takes
I didn't know what to do.
Strata, guys. Put it there. Put it there. Okay. Strata.
What happened to Alan? Seat 1.
100 behind. Minimum.
It's all good, man. I played.
Alan got up from the game.
You said you're going to
Jana.
get a chance to bluff.
In seat 1.
I know.
Nobody
I don't know what you're
They are,
call me,
I
man.
overpronunciate the name like I'm mocking the person that told me how to pronounce it correctly.
It don't matter. I played it like shit. I didn't
Mo
deserve
puts in
it.
a live straddle for 20.
Look at you. Mo's back. Call. Make sure you re-raise.
Jana with pocket 3s limps in for 20.
Go ahead.
Oh, you let me down.
Go ahead.
Limp all the way around.
Some action. There's not too many good hands
Guys,
here.
KK is coming in. Jason is coming in. He's going to make the game.
Check.
I'm waiting for KK.
Jason is coming?
Jason is coming. I'm waiting for
Sounds
him.
like Mo's giving you a free promotion.
KK.
The best player is
He's
about to come
playing
in the
there.
game.
He's first up.
He gets checked.
Check.
2 aces on the turn, 9-7.
Ace. Check.
Wow, the pair of 9s giving some free cards. He got lucky. No one caught up.
2 pair. Is that a 9?
Yeah, I
Steve
missed.
with 2 pair. Aces and 9s will take it down.
I missed.
Okay, one more time for you, Mo. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it, guys.
Okay, Mo, you got it now.
Looked like Moses continuing with the live straddle.
No, he's playing on. Oh, you don't make it?
On the break, I had to come to the table and give these guys some advice that they need to spice up their game. It was a little too slow tonight.
Which one? Or actually more good? Like good?
If I get in the game, I'm going to have to play tight here because Mo's starting to act like I'm going to give action.
He's going to win more, you mean?
Nice straddle. Make it 50.
Okay, what do I have here? For you to say that, obviously.
It looks like seat 2.
See what
Steve
you did? You see what you did?
raises with 7-10 suited.
So now you got to call.
No.
Is that a re-raise by seat 3?
For real.
Looks like he re-raises them with ace-10, throws them away. It's always good to essentially raise an early position with 7-10.
Why not?
The only reason for him to be raising with 7-10, I guarantee you, so he could turn it over and represent the Long Beach Freeway, being that the Bicycle Casino is right next to the Long Beach Freeway, the 7-10. at least we have a little bit more action.
You're the man.
You're better than the river.
105 freeway. 105.
Raise 105.
You can hear Mo on the mic.
Like Mo's gonna take it down here.
Talking about the fact that he had the 710 freeway.
Dead money.
I don't cards.
He's got the worst hand, huh? And he's probably gonna take it down right here.
But if I had deuce four, I'd move in on it.
Come on, I could have let
Ten
you.
high.
I could have let you use
Ten
mine.
high. Look, queen.
You better look at this.
He said 10 high. I show queen high, right?
The first one.
Another queen.
I think Mo feels responsible for letting his game up right now.
I show one out. Collection? Oh, you charge me too? All right, thank you.
How many burgers you gonna eat?
My big nine they destroy you. My straddle they destroy you. What are they gonna do with my small blind now?
What's happening with Amos tonight? Seat 4.
105.
He's playing a lot of hands.
Amos tonight. What has Amos been doing? Amos
Next one's gonna be 405
doing a couple
Another one is
semi-bluff
710
bets against Moses. Took down some big pots. He's pretty much been hanging out, playing somewhat conservative, and
He didn't take any beats or something?
no, he's built it up slowly. Actually, he's the only one with the table. I guess you could say been playing somewhat solid.
This is the KK set. Raise it and take it.
Moses earlier lost his. Can I say ass? Well, I just did. Moses lost his ass, his entire stack with a king eye flush against, what was it, Gore with the ace eye flush? Or,
single hand, 105. Okay.
So this is Moses' second trip to the cage. Other than that, everyone's been sitting stagnant the whole time.
He was telling me he's going to be a professional in a couple months. Sell his business, C9.
His business, as I quoted earlier, being the Omega Plumbing Company.
Give me that recording.
If anybody that would watch the show regularly, you would know that because he wears the same shirt every day, the Omega Plumbing
Same
shirt.
shirt, different color, exactly.
To you. Are you waiting for me, huh?
I don't know if that's the best bet for Moses to become
waiting for me.
He said every
send his
hand.
money out
105.
there.
Really binding.
He's waiting for me. It's up to you.
So it looks like the standard play at the table, everyone limps in.
Did you not hear it? It was on tape. He said that. 105 every hand. That's what he said.
You see, even in C5 with pocket nines doesn't require a raise, I guess.
Pocket nines might get in trouble now.
Well, they'll probably check it around. Oh, actually, someone's going to bet it. Ron in C6 with top pair queen kicker. The problem is now you're looking at Mo with top pair, but with a king kicker.
And he's been gambling.
It was a lot more aggressive.
He's going to get some action there. He's been gambling.
We have Todd coming in with the ace-high flush draw. This is where generally you would assume Mo is going to pump it up. Probably raise, what, 300?
That's too much. If he doesn't raise much, he'll get paid off. You're right.
Are those... No, I think those are purple. He just called 75.
He just called?
Yeah,
Wow.
called 75.
Very surprised there.
Sleep at the wheel, huh?
Wow, this seat 5 threw it away.
Don't become a truck driver.
Well, you figure he's not going to raise with pocket nines. He's not going to call any bet. So no flush for Jeff. Ron's thinking, well, could top pair even be good at this point?
Well, let's see what they got.
He
300.
puts out a $300 bet. Says, let's see what they got. I would assume with that comment, Mo would might even think top pair with the king is good at this point.
Flush draw went out.
Jeff leads with his flush draw for 300.
Spade,
Mo
Jeff.
smooth calls.
Spade. Spade. I missed it.
Take it. Check.
Check.
You don't want to bluff?
Mo will take it down with the top pair king kicker, yelling for the flush draw. I think. I don't think. What do you think with that play? I think the way to read that play is that he knows if he yells for it, he's given Ron enough credit to know that he's not on a flush draw and that he wants a free check so that he can see if his jack is good.
He never says what he needs.
I think he was inducing the check because he didn't know if his jack was good at that point.
He could have won some money there, but he played it kind of safe.
Everyone limps around as usual.
Right here.
We might see a little action here. Jana in seat one with big slick ace king raises it, but also in the blind.
35.
With ace jack is Steve. Looks like he's just gonna call. Looks like Jason's gonna say his farewell.
Four play. Bid 40.
It's Amy. Amy.
I'm now being joined in the booth with Amy, another No Limit player here at the Bicycle Casino.
Hi, Terry.
Hello.
So Jana, our very tight C1 player, is actually a kindergarten teacher from Northridge. She won the Ladies State Championship.
She has her Lips Tour jacket on
She
tonight.
does. Yeah, she's quite the Lips Tour player. She's I just played with her in the Ladies World Series last week.
Ah, how'd you do there?
You know, not great. I was getting like second best cards all day long. I was no Jennifer Tilly, I'll tell you that.
My friend and editor of the Poker Blue website,
Yeah.
Teresa Cheng, got 6 at the final table. It was actually a horrendous beat by her, moving in with queens, and Jennifer Tiller called her with 7s. Jennifer
I've
made
heard
a straight on
That's
the
quite
river.
the famous hand, because
Yeah.
she flopped trips, your friend, didn't she? She flopped trips, and then Jennifer got a runner straight, from what I understand. That's the hand, I think.
I believe she flopped a set of queens, and runner straight, and Jennifer ended up with 95% of the chips on the table to win a bracelet.
Bad beat.
Yeah.
Well, you can't get through 600 women without being a good player, even with a lot of luck.
I could make some sexist comment right there, but
But why don't you? Why don't you not make it? How about that?
because I'm not sexist. What am I going to do? It looks like Jana putting out the bet with Ace King.
Oh, but she does not
Doesn't
know.
flop a
She
pair,
has
but
a
she ran into
crappy
top 2 pair.
Oh. Did she raise pre-flop? Yeah, she did.
She raised pre-flop.
Look at that. She laid that down. I was going to lay down.
Well, she's been playing quite tight tonight.
She's a tight player.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's real patient. She only plays top 10 hands.
I won't make you list off what the top 10 hands are.
All right.
Okay.
Small blind.
85.
Raise, make it 85.
Looks like Mo in seat 8 with pocket jacks raises up to 85. Moses in seat 9 with pocket 4s, smooth calls.
Interesting. I'm not sure if I like that play with pocket 4s.
Then we have Steve with ace 10 offsuit in seat 2 coming in as well. It looks like we're going to, one more person's going to fold, and we're going to have 3 people to the flop.
3-way action.
You want me to turn it off?
I didn't.
Away from this way if you don't mind. Self now.
Oh.
The flop comes queen 10 deuce, jacks still with the best hand. C2 with middle pair. Gets checked around.
This could be good for the jacks. He'll get a little action. Never
Well,
mind.
what's
Not
gonna
so
what,
good.
what you're gonna see here is Mo's gonna represent the scare card, the ace. But
Right.
little does he know
know.
that now there's two pair out there.
His representing ace, no good.
Now in this situation,
Raise to 300.
I don't know if I like a re-raise because if you smooth call
By
in,
C2?
in position at that point, and Mo calls with jacks.
I
He also
agree.
has the gut shot. If you
He
smooth
thinks he's
call,
on a draw, I
well,
think.
if you smooth call with ace 10 at that point, you have position.
Yeah.
If you hesitate maybe a little bit, then call. Knowing how aggressive Mo is, he's going to put in a big bet to
Yeah.
get you off of something,
It's a
you
good
know,
move
on
by
the river.
C2.
But he raises, Mo checks it to him, and he shows two pair. He takes it down. I think he could have made a little bit more money with that.
Well, you're also... Mo did raise pre-flop, so you're a little nervous about the possibility of him having a straight.
Or ace queen, two
Yeah.
pair if he doesn't come over the top.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is Mo quite an aggressive player?
Well, I told Mo how boring the table was tonight, so,
So
I
he's
think
shaking it up?
He's the host of the No Limit 500
Well, we can
table,
shake it
so
up. We can
I
get-
think. Well, we're shaking it up already compared to my previous commentator. I love you, Russ. I love Russ. If I talk any more about Russ, I'm gonna have to plug his book a couple times to make up for it.
Oh, he wrote a book. Interesting.
Isaac says I have to plug Russ's book. I know nothing about Russ's book, so I can't plug it other than
But he wrote a
has
book.
one. Yeah.
He's not the first to write a poker book. It won't be the last, but it's probably a good book.
See, yeah, it's probably a good book.
I'm sure it's a
If
lovely
you're the
book.
tightest player on earth,
I just read Phil Hellmuth's book.
C5 with Karthik with pocket queens raises it up. C2 looks like he's going to call with King Jack. There's probably some name for that hand. The flop comes out ace 4-3,
Huh.
two spades on the board.
See, will seat 2 represent the ace?
Now, Karthik being kind of tight tonight, normally you would put in a raise there. He's given the opportunity for Steve to bet it, now knowing that he doesn't have the ace unless he was slow playing it. And he checks again. I would... Now the problem is if you check... Okay, he bets it. Good. At least he bets it on the river. Which makes no sense, being that... What's the difference when the ace on the river comes as opposed to on the flop? You're just going to get called with an ace. What do I know? I'm in the booth.
Small bunches. Light throttle.
So are you a regular player at the Bicycle Casino?
Well,
Really?
yeah, at the Bicycle Casino at Commerce. I play a lot in Vegas. I just came back from a 5-day poker trip in Vegas, playing poker for 5 days straight. Don't tell my mother.
Me as well. I've been out there the last 3 weeks.
Oh, look at you. Did you play in some World Series events?
Yes, I did. I was out there with, well, I can't say who I was out there with. That's bad. But,
Ooh, a little scandal here on
there is
Live at the Bike.
There could have been.
Oh.
I just bit my lip. So we're going to the flop with King,
Change
Queen, and
subject.
seat 6, and the flop comes Jack, Deuce, 4. It
125.
looks like, what does it look like?
Seat 7's ahead with his pair of 2s with an ace.
Thank you. Ron's thinking, well, I have no pair, but I have a gut shot. I'll check. I wouldn't imagine, maybe not.
What? That's a good
This guy, Todd's been playing
little
tight all night.
steal
I'm
right there.
surprised that he puts out the bet there.
So maybe senses weakness from seat 6.
Ooh, that's like a poker term. And you would see that the rabbit cam, he would have made 2 pair with an ace on the river.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's good, huh?
Very good.
Okay. Okay, guys, throttle.
Light throttle.
That's good for him.
So did you play any events at the World Series?
I played in the Ladies World Series event. And, yeah, I ended up going out with Ace Queen against Ace King. I had Ace King. Somebody got Ace Queen, and Flop to queen, what are you going to do? Yeah,
aye.
that's poker.
Yeah.
Which events did you play?
Right in my big blind.
Oh, what was I there for? You know what? I'm drawing a complete blank right now. I was out there during the Omaha event.
Did you play?
No. My friend Shirley, who's also a Live at the Bike commentator, she played almost every Omaha event. She's been doing very well out there, as well as our very own David Tuckman, who's also an announcer here. He's been doing great out there as well.
Oh, that's great.
I've seen everyone under the sun at the World Series. What was that?
Call again.
What's that?
Call again.
Under the sun?
What do we got here? 2, 6, 5, 10.
4, 6, Queen 10.
Huh.
And it looks like C2 with middle pair. He'll probably get checked around. He'll throw it on his hand. Steve will take it. Mo's given a lot of action, which I appreciate for how boring this game was earlier.
Well, if it continues to be boring, I can always take off my shirt. Then again, that would be unfortunate for all of you at home, since you wouldn't be able to see it.
You know, my comment was, I've never seen you here at the casino before, but you say you play regularly. I don't even care at this point. You know that this 2+2 commentary does a live forum that is continuous as we talk. So
Oh, isn't that exciting?
all of a sudden, I think the posts are about to go crazy.
45.
Oh my gosh. Don't worry, guys. I'll describe everything.
All right. So I'm going to lay down.
Okay, action. Little action here. What's going on?
Seat 1.
Seat 1, Jenna with her ace jack.
Ace jack. Seat 9, Moses with, looks like he's going to call with his 9-10 suited.
Yeah, looks like she didn't bet enough to get
Well, that's
4 or
been the
5 callers
standard
behind
tonight,
her.
I think.
Yeah, let's see.
Her position's not the greatest anyways. Looks like the flop comes out 10-8 deuce. 2 hearts on the board. Moses, who is one of our most aggressive guys, it looks like with top pair.
6 times and nothing.
Yeah.
Ron in seat 6 with middle pair bets out 200. Quite a large bet. Looks like he's going to try to take it down. Moses, on the other hand, will go nowhere. Is he going to call or is he going to raise? Looks like he calls for 200.
Heads up.
I think with
Now, what's seat 6 hoping for?
well, he was putting in a bluff. He had middle pair there, 7-8. I think that with him on the button, you almost need to. I was going to say Moses needed to bet the turn before the other guy acted.
Right.
Because now you see how position works.
Position is everything in these no-limit games.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that again. I thought it was going to be a back-to-back prize comment with the
Well, Terry,
the
you
shirt
should know that. Position
the
is
shirt
everything. That's
comment
true.
off. Oh, my God. I love this girl. Holy cow. Looks like the phones are ringing off the hook with a request for a in-booth cam. Is that what it says across the computer screen?
Last night we had a shootout here.
Now, what's the point of the live straddle in a no-limit game?
10 players, we were 10 players.
Say that again? I was thinking about that taking the shirt off comment.
Still
What were you
thinking
saying?
about, yeah.
What'd you say?
You're still thinking about my top pair?
Nah. Which is a magazine by
I know, my friend Jillian started it. Yeah.
She was she has her little booth at the World Series, in fact.
Funny story about Jillian. She's a real type player, and we were playing in this ladies event.
Oh, I know who that is.
And she doesn't play a hand for about an hour and a half. Jillian was, by the way, I think she was Playmate of the Year in 2002. Maybe not Playmate of the Year. I think she missed. I don't know. Anyway, she raises a pot, and the flop comes 9-9-2, and suddenly Jillian becomes real aggressive, and she goes all in, and someone calls her. She flips over her cards, and they're pocket 8s. And she says, "Oh my God, I thought I had pocket 9s. I thought I flopped a full house." It was the first hand that she had played the whole day.
Isn't she blonde?
And she misread. Yeah, she's a hot blonde girl. But it was pretty
She's
funny.
cute. I'm not going with hot. She's
Well,
a Playboy
she's a
model.
playmate.
She's a play. What does that mean nowadays?
Well, you know.
You could be a playmate. You're hotter than she is. What are you talking about? What does it take?
I'm not sure if that's a compliment.
Silicone just to be hot nowadays? Come on.
Terry. Yeah, right. She's a nice girl. She carries her dog around everywhere like Paris Hilton.
I believe it's a little white poodle.
Yeah, little.
Anyways, back to the poker
Back
action.
to the poker action. Oh, we got seat 8 with an open-ended straight draw.
Jack 10-3 on the flop. Open-ended straight draw with middle pair and the queen redraw possibly.
Queen Jack. He told me Queen Jack. He said
It looks like Steve in C2 put out the original bet with middle pair, and Mo has re-raised him with his draw. Standard Mo style to play aggressive with
I like
outs.
that move. He's representing a, top pair maybe. Makes seat 2 a little nervous.
I think even if the player at home with this facial expression here would be able to re-raise Steve in C2. Doesn't look like he wants to call any bet.
Oh, yeah.
And he throws it away.
Show me your bluff. Show me your bluff.
You asked.
Show me your bluff.
You asked.
Looks like
okay?
Steve's
Don't get
requesting a
upset.
bluff show. And there it is. Not much of a bluff. Semi-bluff.
It's a semi-bluff.
Actually, I thought you had king queen. Okay, next time, next bluff is gonna be 500.
That's not a bluff.
Maybe a fight will break out.
Ron, you played with me 2 years
Maybe
almost. I'm bluffing
Jana will
almost
take
all
her
2
top
years.
off.
Now that would be
I
cool.
can't stop myself. I gotta go down.
Yeah.
Wait, what does she do for a living
The
again?
viewers at home, she's a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
And she owns real estate.
I don't
and,
think any top pairs by kindergarten teachers will be coming out.
No,
tonight.
probably
I don't
not.
think so.
He was bluffing about the live straddle. What else does he bluff about?
Now I'm gonna raise.
Look.
You straddle, right? You straddle, right?
Mo
I'm gonna
in
raise one
seed 8 with ace queen looks like he's going to raise it up. It's kind of the benefit of playing every hand and raising almost every hand. When you get a good hand, no one believes you.
Yeah, it's true.
150, yes.
Okay, you got one. That's too much.
Too much? My hand was maybe 170. Really? You raised or you?
I raised.
You raised. Now you have chance.
That sorry if you heard that over there was Amy stepping on my cord, ripping my headset off.
I want to be the sole commentator of Live at the Bike.
I will be the queen of the bicycle casino.
I'm trying to ruin you, Terry.
This is where all the comments come over the internet. Yeah, ruin him. We hate him.
Oh,
We love you, Amy.
No.
Looks like Mo will take it down with his pre-flop
Look at
raise of
Mo.
120.
People believe in him.
Yeah, look at Mo. There's a nice tight shot on the Omega Plemmon shirt of El Diablo, Moses C9, thanks to our tech, Isaac. Isaac, recently I heard rumored was on the payroll for Omega Plumbing.
Would you look at that? Remember, folks, if you've got a plumbing problem, call Omega Plumbing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Every hand I'm gonna do.
5, 6. That's it.
Who raises you, Mo?
Looked like Mo once again raises with 9-10, but Moses in C9 with pocket aces asks him, "Oh, so you raise again?" It looks like he's just gonna smooth call.
I like it. Now we might see some interesting action here.
C2 with 5 deuce offsuit
5
has
offsuit.
absolutely no reason to be in
Ooh.
this hand. And this could spell out disaster with a 9-high board and Mo as the original raiser, flopping top pair.
And he has position.
Yeah, we know. Position is everything.
Well, let's see.
Moses looks like he's going to raise it with his pocket aces.
Did seat 8 check or did seat 8 bet?
C8 Mo. Looked like he bet it out with top pair. This, being that Moses is a very loose player.
Come on, Mo, I don't bluff.
Tim, our floor man, says C2 bet. Mo did something. I'm not listening to Tim. Anyways, back to the action. Mo asks seat 9 Moses how much he has behind. Gets brick walled when it says 2,000.
Too much, no? I know it's
200, not too much.
I think at this point he's worried about his kicker more than
Show me bluff. I'm showing 9.
the bigger
If you
end.
show me bluff, I can't see. I know that. If you show me bluff,
Mo
I
asked to see a bluff when he has pocket aces, and hence
I know,
he's not going to show his cards because it wasn't a bluff. Mo had no clue what he ran into.
For a month, I can't eat food.
We want to see him without sleep.
How big was that
Oh,
pot?
you know
do
what?
we
I should have done that.
do we have any way of
You know
knowing?
what? I'm trying to be a nice guy tomorrow. You know, I want him to sleep.
Our
I'm gonna see that next.
That's
Otherwise, I won't sleep.
Other than actually counting,
yeah.
keeping
See
track.
that,
You can count.
I can count. Yeah, that's true.
We like to do the north and south pole. We have an internet webcast, but we have to count by our own eyes.
What did you guys bet? 50?
It is 50, yeah.
Good enough.
Limp, 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 limp. Standard fold. And a raise.
But he just doubled.
Everybody's bluffing, man.
Which is interesting. Seat
Very interesting.
7 with
What does
ace
seat 7
king
have?
Todd. Assuming,
That's a drawing hand. I'm not sure if I like that small raise.
well, seat 2
How you doing?
doubled it with queen jack, and then seat 7, I don't know why in
Yeah.
that position you would limp in and then hope for someone to raise and then not re-raise them, but
very
you're
strange.
going to the flop here. I would assume that nothing big is going to come out, being that all the big cards are in everyone's hands.
Exactly.
The flop comes jack 9-9,
Ah.
and the worst hand becomes the best hand.
So this is the disadvantage when you just make a little re-raise with ace king. If you don't flop it, you're...
I don't think ace king made a raise. It was seat 2 with...
oh, I thought seat 7
queen-
re-raised it, no?
No, that's what I was commenting on. He just smooth called.
Interesting. Well,
So the actual worst hand, who was the original raiser, makes top pair, puts out a bet,
Good
Steve,
fold.
and everyone folds. I want action.
The guy has this, you know.
Would anyone like this seat before he sits down?
So it looks like the comments on the internet were standard 12-year-old comments of, yeah, put a camera in the booth.
Ready to take the blind, sir?
Yes.
All right.
Back to the poker action. It looks like someone puts in a bet, everyone folds, and we're going to see the next hand. We have a new player coming in to seat 7. We'll try to get 6. Excuse me, Isaac.
new player.
If you don't want to be made fun of, don't correct my seating numbers.
10-20 because it was a 10-20. I got pocket aces in a small blind. There's like 5 or 6 niches. I make it like 120. Everyone calls. Yeah. The flop comes jack 9 rainbow.
Moses in seat 9 with
No
king 10
call.
suited. He limps in. Fold.
Jack call.
Seat 5, Karthik with ace-jack suited. He's going to raise.
Look at that.
One of the tighter guys, the guy that doesn't raise with pocket nines, decides to raise now, so you have to be worried about what he must have. Moses, of course, calls because he has to by Omega's contract that he has to see as many hands as possible. He flops
look at
top
that.
pair
Top pair.
and puts out a bet. Of course, Karthik checks because he can't bet without having a pair. God forbid he was the original raiser. He'll think about it. I think at this point all he can do is re-raise.
Yeah, I don't like that call.
Did he call?
I think
or
he
did he
did.
raise?
You got the chips? Oh, yeah.
So I think if you're gonna not raise on the, did he?
Yeah, I can't tell. What, are those 25 chips?
I can't tell if he raised. It looks like he did re-raise.
Let's see.
Zoom in.
Oh, he
sure
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
Okay.
he raised it up about another 175 there.
Kind of wants to
10
see
top
where he's
pair,
at.
Moses. Actually, I think what he was doing is representing that, he had a bigger hand than he did by check raising the flop. But,
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good play, but the problem is you know that an ace is going to come, and you don't have to worry about
Yeah, it's an ace came. It's a great move,
so
you know?
of course you know that the ace is going to come. Now you put out the bet.
He thought he had a good hand, and then it came true.
I think he was going to represent the fact that, do a check raise, but the problem is you're raising into Moses. You have to get lucky, and he did get lucky by catching the ace on the turn, because Moses isn't going to go anywhere with any pair.
No. I think Mo realizes he's beat. He's doing the old shuffle the cards back and forth before you throw them in.
And Karthik will take it down.
Is he a regular player at the 500 table?
You know what? I don't think he plays the 500 that much. He usually grinds out the 100 and the 200 3 to 5 games here at the Bicycle Casino. He doesn't usually play this game.
I highly recommend the no limit games here at the bike. I think you've got a good mix of solid type players and a couple of fish to.
You know they're not going to pay you to plug that. You know that, right?
Well, it can't hurt.
I guess if you want action, you can plug it away. But they're not going to pay you.
Yeah, well. Here's hopeful thinking, right?
Because if you get paid, well, then I won't get paid. And
look at that. That's Jana in seat 1 raising it.
well, she must have aces. Oh, let's see what else. Nope,
Oh,
she got ace queen.
Told you, top 10 hands. That's what she plays. She's a patient girl, Jana.
The problem is that if you're going to play at a table like this and you're playing those kind of hands, it's still a drawing hand, and these guys will play any card. So if you don't hit your hand, like she didn't, then what are you going to do? Well, she bets it this time.
I think she's got a strong table image, Jana.
That's a fake.
And now she could probably mix up her play a little, since everyone always assumes probably now that she's playing the best hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it $50 more.
Yeah. The problem is, though, is that from earlier when she busted out of the game, she doesn't come to the table with a lot of chips, and these guys have chips to spare. They kind of throw away, throw in their chips with loose cards,
Right.
and they put a lot of pressure on her. That's
Sure.
sometimes a problem with coming to the table. I mean, these guys are sitting $5,000, and she had $800 on the table, so sometimes it's tough. But yeah, table image is good.
So these guys are buying in with anything. Just 500 is the minimum?
Right, it's an unrestricted game.
I usually buy in with about 10 grand. That's a lie.
I think everyone knew that it was a lie.
That's a lie.
Who poofs up their chest and go, I'm buying for 10 grand.
I'm buying for 10
Here's
grand.
the club. You made the club? Got the ace of clubs on.
Ace of clubs came
Oh, no. Ace of spades.
6, 8, 3 is our flop.
It looks
2
like
diamonds
6,
on the board.
10.
Is it
Deuce.
6, 10? Deuce?
As opposed to 6, 8, 3.
Well, it's close.
I know, it's okay.
I got the 2 diamonds. That counts for something.
I got some spare glasses around here somewhere. I forget where they're at.
Yeah.
It looks like our boy floorman Tim has brought us a chip count.
That's exciting.
Brought to you by Joker Gaming. The ace hits the river.
Oh,
and,
that's great for Jana. She did not get her her nut flush, but she got her top pair.
But will she call?
Will she call?
Looks like she's going to call.
You know what?
You gotta raise me.
Jerry's going to
Raise me or lay down.
upstairs.
Come on, Jana.
Come on, Jana.
Oh,
How
you
much
can
did he
do
make the
it.
bet for? I can't even see.
It looks like a yellow stack, but it's Mo.
Yeah.
And she called.
Ah, nice call, Jana.
I got that.
You go, girl. He doesn't have the flush. No.
I totally misplayed the hand.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, she could have been more aggressive. She caught an ace. She got lucky.
She did. You're right. She got lucky.
So the chip count brought to you by Joker Gaming looks like seat 1 has 300 in chips. Seat 2, Steve, has 1,250. Seat 3, 1,600. Seat 4, who would be Amos, our cookie owner company man, he has 1,800 in chips. Seat 5 with 2,500. Looks like seat 6 comes in the game with 1,700. Seat 7 with 1,400. Seat 8, Mo, the host of our game, is sitting at 4,750. And seat 9, our Omega Plumber, has $2,500.
Any idea what Mo bought in with?
Oh, it fluctuates based
does?
on how much he wants to throw in the pot.
It's hard to tell if who's making a profit when you don't know
Oh, crazy.
what they're buying in with.
It didn't work that time.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
Mo bought in for 4,000. She forgot to repeat that because
I didn't know.
our people can't be heard, but you can be heard.
Oh,
there.
we have 2 other lovely
Ames.
people in the booth. Yes, I didn't know.
Who are the other 2 people in the booth?
Well, there are our lovely engineers here at the
What's their names again?
bicycle. Hey, I'm new. Come on.
I think we're referring to Isaac and Evelyn.
Isaac and Evelyn.
These are the
We'll never,
people you'll
ever
see on the
forget it.
internet who are quoted to turn down our mics when they don't like us enough, or our standard engineering people. Okay, what's happening?
Oh, wow. Look, what do we got here? Well, no one's really got anything interesting. Pair of 5s.
Big surprise.
On the river.
What about pair of 6s?
I think this is one of those hands that if we were commentating the World Poker Tour would have been cut out in the broadcast. I love action. Nothing much interesting.
Well, if this was the World Poker Tour, you wouldn't be in the booth.
Oh!
You'd be serving the Amber Bach.
Wait, so if this was World Poker Tour, am I Vince Van Patten or are you Mike Sext? Or are you Vince Van Patten? Who's who?
Well, I'm both of them.
He's Vince Van Patten with the corny jokes. You think so? Isaac is giving me the the signal that Terry likes to put on makeup like Vince Van Patten.
Oh my gosh.
Terry's a good-looking guy for those of you at home.
Holy moly. I don't think that there's going to be any request for a camera on me in the booth, regardless.
I don't want to.
Most young ladies would have taken that as a compliment, being that I was referring that you're Shauna Hyatt.
Oh,
if you think Shauna
that's
Hyatt's
very
attractive.
sweet. Oh, I do, absolutely. You know, there's a new girl now. I think Shauna Hyatt quit.
Yeah. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Shauna Hyatt's getting married, and that's why she quit.
Is she marrying a poker player?
I believe a billionaire.
Oh,
so we
good
know
for Shauna Hyatt.
So we know that ain't a poker player.
Yes. Good for Shauna Hyatt.
It looks like we have 3 10s on the board. There's no quads. Is there any pair?
Yeah, we got seat 5 with pocket 6s. So we got 10s full of 6s.
Send it here.
Read it and read it.
Seat 5 with Karthik with 6s will take it down with his 10s full of 6s.
Oh, great.
A little lost hope for Jana there with her bottom pair 4, thinking this might be good.
She didn't call any bets with that, did she?
Oh. Well, she didn't have aces, so no. That would be no.
She's playing with the big boys.
There was a comment on the internet earlier regarding, well, how come the play is so loose, or what someone might call not as good as premium players when there's this much chips on the table. I think the answer is that these guys have so much money, and the fact that they're going to play as many hands as possible. You're not going to see them coming in with aces all the time.
No.
Looks like we're going to have another limp fest. Seat 3, Jeff with King Queen offsuit. Ace 8 in seat 5 with Karthik. I'm mistaken.
More people gone. I'm dead.
It looks like seat 2 with 9-10 offsuit decides to raise. This is one of those examples where, King Queen being one of the better hands at the table right now is thinking that he's beat just because the table's so loose and people are raising with 9-10 offsuit.
Absolutely.
She agreed with me.
I forgot what I had. It was so good.
75.
Seat 3, a new player?
I've never seen him play the 500 game before, but he's been here the entire time live at the bike.
Has he?
He has. Go get me some Lucky Charms. Sorry.
Oh, you saved me $65. Thank
Are you Irish?
Am I Irish? No.
Well, I figured you had to be Irish with all that red hair.
I'm not Irish, but I play one on the Live at the Bike live broadcast.
The flop comes out Ace King 8.
Aha! Giving 2 pair to somebody who folded.
King Queen.
I'm just gonna say $250.
The bet is $250.
Well,
Do I have to?
King Queen has the best hand?
Who's that? Mo making that?
Mo betting out
$250 with 7 jack
with
suited?
absolutely nothing.
Well.
Here, watch this. Who am I? Nothing but Zip and Pip.
Come on, Amos.
Vince Van Patten.
That's
come
a
on.
definite Vince Van
Jeez,
Patten
Lou.
joke. Yeah, okay. You're definitely Vince Van Patten.
Pocket king in your hand, right? No, pocket king is
Mo is going to take this down. And here's a perfect example of how tight this table has been tonight.
Yeah, I know you got ace queen. Ace queen or ace jack? Ace jack.
He's got nothing. He's got Jack 7.
But we'd like to think that Mo is such a great player that he sensed weakness from his 2 opponents and bet the ace, not thinking anyone else had one.
We would like to think that.
We would like to think that.
So is this your form of occupation? Are you a professional poker player there, Amy?
I told you guys.
You know, if
That's
I
a
was
no.
a professional
That's a
poker
tell.
player, I would
That's a no.
probably, I'd probably starve. Although I do happen to be having a very good year. But no, I'm not a professional poker player. What about you, Terry? Are you a professional poker player?
See how she doesn't answer what she really does for a living?
I would have took it from
We have to keep some form of.
And yet again, we have another politician in the commentating booth.
Future politician or wife of.
Yes, my answer will be yes. I did not have sexual relations with... Wait a second. No, yeah, I am a poker aficionado.
Oh, that's great.
I, on the other hand, no longer play live cash games. I am strictly a tournament specialist.
Tournament specialist.
Looks like your girl,
Jana in there with Ace Queen.
Ace Queen.
Shock. You'll never see.
C.A. Mo is going to exploit her, I guarantee, with pocket 9s here.
My guess is Jana's going to fold.
Seat 4 with Amos throws away pocket 4s? That was surprising. I guess he obviously respects the fact that she plays nothing but aces. Now it looks like Mo in seat 8 has re-raised with pocket 9s. And she asked Mo,
I know you play cards.
he re-raised her 500.
500? That's her whole stack. What a bully he's being.
Well, he knows she doesn't call with anything but the nuts, so she actually looked over at him and says, "Did you even look at your cards?"
Well, at this point, it's a coin toss. Actually, now that we know that seat 6 has a queen, it's not such a coin toss.
What is it called?
A coin flip.
A race?
A race.
500, how you putting me all in?
And her comment is 500, huh? You're putting me all in? This is
I
one of
don't
those.
think I want her to make that call.
Well, this is one of those examples where, you know, having not enough chips at the table
Exactly, it's
doesn't
very
allow you,
true.
because there's no way Mo's going to be raising 500 with nines if you got 3,000 behind.
No, not this time. This time
I don't
it's
think he's
bluff.
going to show his cards this time. They're requesting to see a bluff, but not that time. I would have even showed it there because he's been raising so many pots that he might have wanted to show a good hand like pocket nines.
Pocket
you know?
nines is a good hand to re-raise with if you're putting someone on ace king or ace queen.
The last time I played in a cash game was in this 500 game, and as a matter of fact, Mo tried to raise me off of pocket tens when he had pocket nines, and knowing how aggressive Mo is, I decided, well, tens are probably the best hand, and I believe I took his whole stack.
Ah.
So, you know, aggression isn't always the key.
Raise it.
And again, Mo, living up to the fact that I told him he needed to liven this table up, raises. And I have no idea what he has. Oh my goodness.
What
He
is
has
it?
pocket kings.
Look at that.
Whoa. Give me a nickname for pocket kings. Didn't
Give you a nickname
Didn't.
for pocket kings?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Isn't there something else?
Yeah, nickname is
Isaac's
probably a
making
really good
some
hand.
monkey maneuver. King
Kong. Oh, I
Ah.
like it, Isaac. King Kong.
The flop comes ace,
And
queen,
not,
queen.
And not a good flop for
So-
pocket kings. That's
so-
possibly the worst possible flop that could come on for pocket kings.
King, queen
Oh.
makes trips.
Look at that.
Now
Seat 9.
he's seat 9 Moses. I don't know why he keeps checking.
I guess he must be slow playing
He
it.
needs to put in a medium to large bet here to represent that it's a bluff, being that everyone's checking to him, even though he does have the queen.
I agree.
And what ends up as
Well,
a
Mo's
result,
gonna call
what ends
him.
up as a result of that happening is that Ace will call, Jeff calls because the bet isn't too large.
Would you
Oh
look
my
at that?
gosh!
Is this a jackpot
This is
hand?
disastrous for Jeff, being that Moses has quads, and now he has a full house. He thinks that he's just like on easy street with a full house aces. Because what else could he have?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the thing is with this hand is I don't think that he will re-raise because there's no real point to it. If you have the ace, the best scenario is that, you know, you're going to chop or that he's bluffing. You're going to take it down if he is bluffing. And worst case scenario is, you know, the fact that he has quads.
This is possibly the most exciting hand we've seen so far.
It is definitely the exciting
Since
hand
I've
of the
been
night.
sitting in this seat.
Is the money real money?
So, I mean, I think right now he's contemplating, should I re-raise? But I don't think the smart move would be to raise it up because essentially, you know, you're going to win or you're going to chop. Or you're just smoked.
I mean, what we know is the smart thing would be to do is just fold.
I think Jeff did call, and at this point, Mo is deciding whether to call or not with his pocket kings, but he essentially knows he's beat.
That was the worst possible flop for pocket kings.
Donation. He said donation.
Donation. A donation of what? $100?
Moses says, don't kill the jackpot, but with quads, Moses doesn't realize that there is no jackpot.
Jackpot, pocket aces.
There's no jackpot. He's requesting, and Amos, the real player, the local player, knows that you need ace kicker at that point, so there would be no jackpot. Quads takes it down.
That's a great hand. Very exciting hand here.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was the action hand of the night.
That was. Folks, it's not going to get better than that. We're here doing cartwheels in the booth at Live at the Bike.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Live straddle.
The live straddle.
I knew I'm racing $100, but
Something slightly dirty about that.
Something dirty about what?
About the word about live straddle. I don't know.
Okay. You've taken your shirt off. At this point, you moved over to my chair to sit on my lap, and now you're talking about live straddles. Okay.
Come on and you find my chair.
And this is
I know, this is a family poker show. I apologize.
No, it's not. It's fine. Keep it up. Keep it up, because I know that I can't go there. The flop comes 7-4-4.
Oh, an exciting flop for absolutely no one. Right now, the seat 7
With
ahead with
King
Queen
high.
King.
King high.
Now I bet our friend Mo will bet this.
No.
No?
No. There's no reason to.
No one has anything.
They turn it over. Seat 7. Jeff. King high. The nuts.
So are these guys regulars here at the 500 no limit game? I mean, we know Mo is.
Moses in seat 9 is a constant regular. He
Right.
is.
I'll find this out, but you can just tell me.
He's a good friend of mine. He
You're not gonna tell me?
he and I have a tournament relationship together.
Meaning?
He is constantly.
You bet he raises, you re-raise. He goes all in.
No, no collusion. More the fact that I've played for him in the past.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I'm trying to wonder if how many IRS agents are, out there. That's why I was timid to talk about it.
Well, now that's an exciting flop. Ace Queen 7 giving
What are they giving?
seat 5 giving what's this guy's name?
Karthik.
Karthik?
Karthik.
Oh. Giving Karthik top pair.
With ace 9.
No, you make money with me and I don't make money with
He
you.
bets. Everyone folds.
Everyone
He
folds.
wins.
Imagine that.
Karthik is, for anyone that plays here regular, Karthik is not a general 500 player. He plays the smaller games, but he is the man in terms of all-night vendors. This guy puts in 40-hour sessions constantly.
You know when I like to come into no limit games? I like to come in at like 6 a.m. Guys have been up all night.
Why does it got to be guys?
Well,
still wants a
that was
a
slightly
stand at the river.
sexist comment, but it is mostly men still at the tables at the no limit poker room.
Silly rabbit.
There's still no jackpot?
Moses in seat 9 is still being explained that his quads wouldn't have been a jackpot. Looks like everyone limps. We're going to see a flop. King Jack 10 on the flop.
No jackpot. No jackpot. Aces full of 10 has got to beat it.
If that hand, if you had ace queen, and someone
4 on the turn. Looks like seat 7 with open-ended straight draw.
Yeah.
Nothing. Ace 9 is going to take it down.
Ace 9.
and then chance $1 million jackpot, right? Yes.
And that's it?
Last night.
Okay.
$1 million jackpot.
The last hand.
That's the last hand of the night. Holy cow, that went by.
This is so sad.
That went by really
the next
fast.
one. This did go by fast.
If you can hear Mo at the table talking about it. If you come down to the Bicycle Casino, we have a huge jackpot, one of the biggest ones obviously in Los Angeles, but we are currently having $1 million jackpot, the biggest jackpot in the world. Essentially the way it works is that you come down, you see it in a no-limit game or a limit game, you have aces full of 10s, beaten by quads or better. If you have the bad beat end, which would be the full house beaten by quads, you essentially hit our daily jackpot, which starts at $10,000 and works its way up from there. Once you have the bad beat end of the jackpot, at the end of the month, all the bad beat people gather together and draw their player's card out. And if you are the one that is chosen, then you have the choice of 100 envelopes. Each envelope is guaranteed $10,000 inside, and one of the envelope has $1 million inside.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So if it's not good enough that you hit a jackpot, which is huge at the Bicycle Casino,
Oh, yeah, it could be up to
then
$100,000
you can
in
get
any one
chosen and make $10,000 just for being chosen once again, and have the option of making $1 million.
We have 4 days a week.
Oh.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Have you ever been at a table that hit a jackpot?
Yes, I have. Yes,
Were you
I have.
were you in the hand? Were you the bad beat or the?
I was not the bad beater.
But it's just nice to be
That
at
was
the
the
pot.
table share.
Because you sell. What do you share? 25% with the.
You do, yes.
Other players at the table?
25%, yes. It was a profitable evening for just sitting there watching someone win a hand.
Uh-huh.
A full house.
It looks like this is going to be the
this is our
last
last
hand of the night.
Oh, so sad. Maybe we'll get a little action.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Mo will go all in.
Maybe
just
you'll
for
take
you
your
folks
shirt
at home.
off.
Maybe I'll take my shirt off. What's more likely, Mo to go all in or me taking my shirt off? I'm thinking Mo to go all in.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Okay, we've got 3 players in.
The flop comes
at that.
King 3. What am I looking at?
Ah,
What does
well,
that mean?
you know.
Look at that.
Well, there are red cards.
King 3-6. It looks like
2-3's the best
another
hand.
nothing hand is going to conclude our broadcast for this evening. I would like to thank my future ex-girlfriend and Amy in the booth here for joining me. This is
Thank you,
Terry
Terry.
concluding this broadcast for this evening. I think we're going to be in the booth tomorrow, and we will see you there for another No Limit game live at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.